people.
I don't know her either. Who wants to recap last session for inspiration? Oh, by the way,
Oh boy.
this might be the last session.
What?
We'll see.
Turn
It will
out,
either
turn
be this
out.
session or next session, depending on the order of approach. So,
Mm,
who wants inspiration?
I mean, I would love it, but
Yeah, okay. I have to go to the bathroom. We are.
All right. I'm at 0 inspiration, so unless anybody's about to jump on it, we can go over the wild shenanigans of last week,
Take it
which I
away,
only
Ted.
like half remember because it was such a crazy time. We show up after some discussion about whether or not we should go to the uh, finders first or go to see Dr. Zakari for what we need. We ended up going to. Well, I have the notes. I have the notes. I have her name. No, it's just the lost and found. I don't have the person's name.
Mother
Oh
Haggle.
yeah, Mother Haggle. Thank you. We went to Mother Haggle's Lost and Found, where we saw a bunch of individuals, including children, Oliver Twist style, bringing her things, and she has a leaderboard and made vague intimations that the people at the bottom of said leaderboard get eaten.
oh,
Um, we did acquire some magic items, but not enough to really satisfy what we needed to go into the lake. So, with a little bit of hesitation, Jaruk brought everyone to um, a park in the on the edge somewhere, who knows, of Elysium, where we met Dr. Zakari and Clara. Dr. Zakari was willing to was actually in the middle of wrapping up a previous surgery. Don't ask. Uh, and offered to create and or modify existing individuals to be able to go into the lake. There was some fire breathing for Mink. There were some new tails. Um, and after a little while and a little bit of back and forth between everybody and the NPCs and Clara and everything, we set out. We ran into a group of fallen and corrupted angels. Uh, dealt with that. At which point, Akai took some of the wings, and we went back to Doctor Zakari.
Also, I had.
Yeah, also the demon armor. Oh, that's right. You got that at Mother Haggle's. So we went back to Doctor Zakari, and Akai had angel wings grafted onto them.
what?
So that's a thing now. Yep. We then went. We were actually trying to make our way to the lake when we met the angels. So after we met the angels and went back, we then headed back to the lake. Everybody sort of did their jobs. We jumped in the lake and were met by a huge number of fishmen, Sahuagin, and some scary monsters, all of which are now dead. There was a lot of nasty magic. Poor Grimble, uh, poor Grimble had some bad wild magic surges that we don't really know about yet, and that's where we are. Kind of underwater. Everybody has the ability to breathe water. Swimming is a bit questionable, but
Yeah, yep. So, Vesca, you can breathe underwater currently, but you are at half movement because of your swim speed, or lack thereof, appropriately. Um, so. Um, in the cold and in the dark, you have been surrounded by these tortured merfolk, these mindless and feral, starving creatures who live only to hunt and mangle. And one party of such creatures had attacked all of you. You managed to survive and destroy them.
Oh, fuck, my Discord died again, didn't it?
Oh,
Nope.
were you still
You're still
talking,
here?
Ted? Ted?
Dead?
Maybe it just died.
Ruh-roh.
Okay. And far away still, you definitely sense that there are things that still remain in this higher level of the lake. You are not yet deep down enough to have frightened away the beasts that are yet still more afraid of the things below. Welcome back. Can you hear me? Ted?
If his ping is over 5,000, it's a network thing and it's going to take a while to fix. Oh, I can fix
Okay.
that. Give me a second.
Okay. Let's see. So, as you continue to descend, this place is deep, dark, and cold. To begin,
Hey, I'm back.
hey, there he is.
Welcome back.
Been doing this all day. It just stops and starts and stops and starts.
Yeah, it's your router being overpopulated with DNS tokens. So just when you have time, just reset it.
Okay. I'll do that at break.
I don't suppose any of you have cold resistance.
God damn it.
Yeah.
I am a lizard.
Ah, yeah.
Anything that's worse.
Yeah, exactly. 'Cause I'm
Yeah.
cold-blooded.
Does Mink's inner fire?
That's so true. See, I'm built different. I don't know.
I'm trying to make sense of this because you guys are not going to be out of the lake anytime soon. Like, you've got a long ways to go before you find anything. And one of the hazards we have here is frigid water, which means you can survive in the frigid water up to a number of minutes equal to your con mod without suffering any ill effects. Each additional minute requires you to make a con save or gain a level of exhaustion. But you guys are going to be here for a long time.
Those are really stringent frigid water rules. Cause
Yeah,
like
that's
even the Icewind ones are not nearly that. Like
yeah. I think I'm gonna nix this and just tell you guys, like, this is fucking unbearably cold. I think that's just how we're gonna do. What do you mean every time you swim in D&D it's cold and dark?
Always cold and dark.
Go to your hot springs already.
I'm trying.
well, I
We're
mean,
trying to.
Are we close? Is it like this is so off topic? I'll ask at break. I'll remember.
those frigid water rules are straight from the DMG.
Yeah,
Yeah. Well,
yeah. Which fair, but I think we're gonna nix those ones because that's
Yeah.
that will kill you, and
Yeah.
very shortly.
I mean, even if we're all like, have a good chance, like I still have a, 1 through 3, 1, 2, or 3 I fail, and I'm probably, I have proficiency in it.
Yeah. All right.
You could make it like once an hour.
I shouldn't do that either.
Oh.
Okay. I need, as you're beginning your descent, I need you all to determine the speed of your quote-unquote march. Keeping in mind that not all of you have a swim speed currently. So at least one of you, I think, Mink, you've got a swim speed. I think just one of you right now.
Well, I've got the Cloak of the Manta Ray,
Mhm.
so I probably swim faster than anybody.
That is true. What I'm saying is, most of you can go unpenalized by the essentially slow movement that you'll be taking, except for Veska. Because everyone else has a swim speed right now. Is that correct?
I don't have a swim speed, but half movement for me is still 25.
To my knowledge, I do not have a swim speed.
Yeah. Okay. That being the case, even though you have good speed, to keep up Felix, this will still apply to you. You two are at greater risk of exhaustion underwater, by a significant amount. As you are navigating the depths, you see that there are many crags, cliffs, canyons, and stone outcroppings, remnants of ships and buildings, materials, carcasses of bodies long since mangled, floating through the water. You will need to navigate. You can't just go straight down. You will get lost. There is no straight down in this place. It is labyrinthian in its descent. So, I will be requiring a survival check, whose DC will be affected by the speed by which you are traveling. Are you going fast? Are you going measured? Or are you going slow?
Before we get too far, is it apparent that we have people who are struggling to keep up?
It would become very clear very quickly that Veska is severely hindered, and even though Felix is moving quickly, his movement underwater is hindering him. Like, he's not built for this in the same way that those of you who have gotten surgery seem to have adapted well.
If you look over at Veska, she's fully submerged, still trying to doggy paddle. She's not getting anywhere.
Okay. Charuk will motion to basically anybody who doesn't look like they are swimming correctly. And two thumbs up, and says something that is carried away by the water as sounds about like pod. You hear pod, and I'm turning everyone into killer whales. I'm casting animal shapes on us. I can turn everyone into a large or smaller beast up to a CR4, and a killer whale is, oh no, I can't do killer whale. They are huge. So instead, we will go. Part of me wants to try for two-headed plesiosaur because that just feels like it fits Elysium, but also probably not something I've ever seen before. But to make this truly horrible, I can turn us into giant eels.
Oh,
Oh my god,
say
please
like
do.
Oh, yeah.
What is the
Giant
movement speed?
Electric eels have a swim speed of 30 feet. Funnily enough, I cannot find a swimming creature with cold resistance, so we are all still very cold. Like, even the, like, giant whales and things like that don't have it. The giant walrus, straight out of Icewind, no cold resist.
good
Well,
job.
that makes sense because that's designed for, like, getting hit against, you know?
Well, it also does cover environmental because that's why
Yeah.
like Goliaths have it now, because they live at extreme altitude.
Yeah.
But giant lightning eels are large beasts. They have a swim speed of 30 feet. Also, blind sight of 60 feet.
Giant sea eels have a 40-foot swim speed.
I tried to go for as many hit points as I could
Fair.
because
We're
A
gonna have to
giant
tank the
seahorse has a swim speed of 40 feet.
That's wonderful.
That's so cute.
A little squad of gigantic seahorses.
They're still
That's so
large
cute.
beasts.
I'm still sad I can't turn us into killer whales, and my pod joke is now just lost.
Pod Squad.
What's wrong?
Don't worry.
I'm now for Pod Squad.
Also, part of me wanted to turn us all into giant mooses, but
Oh.
Holy fuck.
Giant
Dude,
seahorses
what's
they
their
do
look
die
like
speed?
up
moose.
to
They-
20
yeah.
feet.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they swim.
They do. It's
Mooses have a swim speed in D&D?
They
Love
don't
it.
in game, but in reality,
They
yes.
swim in real life.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, like,
Terrifying.
cats can see in the dark in real life, and for some reason we're not given dark vision.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't have
Let's.
fucking dark
yeah.
vision as Mink. I
Well,
am here.
I mean, I think
Tabaxi
you
do.
do.
Yeah,
but
Tabaxi
not
have dark
the
vision.
House
familiar.
cats.
Not actual cats?
Oh. I was like,
And the
wait.
entry for Tabaxi even specifically references the heightened senses of a cat when giving you dark vision, the thing that cats don't have. Also, I don't believe cats are even proficient in perception, which you get as a Tabaxi, which makes the whole thing even more hilarious.
Do I hear
Tigers have dark vision in D&D.
What?
I'm looking at the tiger stat block. They have dark
Tigers,
vision.
but not regular cats.
All right.
Sure.
Returning to my desk.
Lions do not, which Leonin don't have dark vision.
Fair.
that?
Okay. So,
I could have gone
What is
giant
your-
coral snake, damn.
traveling speed.
Oh no, wait, they don't have.
Do we currently have any like viable means of communication?
No.
Yes, we have.
We have the
voice
telepathic bond up.
Oh, perfect.
And- That lasts for an hour.
Right. If it's been less than an hour, it's up.
Yeah.
It is currently less than an hour. You hear the bell toll.
Oh.
It is
Fuck.
much weirder underwater.
I count myself as a water vehicle now.
What? No.
I had proficiency in it. And I was just hoping to use it.
Oh, maybe you should have thought of that before going under the water without a boat, huh?
I believe I do have to let go of. Yeah, animal shapes is concentration, so my elemental goes away.
Speed. How fast y'all traveling?
Standard speed.
Question mark? Middle, yeah.
Measured.
Are we? What kind of beasts are we?
Eels.
Giant lightning eels.
Use. Oh my god, we gotta go fast.
I love this.
I don't know that we will fight as giant lightning eels, but if you do want to give me a sheet, I will fill it out for everyone to use in the meantime.
I'm gonna go out and say
Yeah.
it will not be necessary.
I figured.
Once it becomes necessary, then I'll worry about it. But
Fair enough.
I feel like everybody is inclined
Yeah.
on
It
medium.
also looks like the
Yeah.
giant lightning
Measured.
eel is from Tales from the Yawning Portal, so it might not be a stat block we have on Roll20 easily.
yeah.
Fair enough.
All right. So I heard
Yeah, that's what
2
I was
votes
gonna
for
Put it in
standard
by
speed.
hand. Yep.
Standard speed
Standard.
works for me.
Yeah, because
I say standard if we're all giant eels.
Yeah, that sounds good.
All right.
Ev-
Then
including
who would-
Albert is a giant eel. Because I
You
see
turn
Albert's
Albert
token.
into-
You need
You
He's
turn
a
Albert
Scarecrow
into
is.
He's got to be able to keep
Eel.
up. I can do up to 8 creatures. So Albert makes 8. Right?
Alrighty.
Any number.
Right.
Okay. Any number of willing creatures.
That's horrible.
I love that.
Do you have the tractor? I could turn the tractor into an eel.
No, we haven't had a long rest for me to rebuild it.
Yeah, the last long rest y'all took, she was getting a tail mod.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, so I didn't have time to
I was
get the
about to
tractor
say
back.
it took some of
Kill
the-
mod.
Okay. Yeah.
Wow.
Okay. Standard speed. Who is leading in the navigation?
Is anyone else trained in survival? Because otherwise, Jaruk will.
I'm trying to
I am.
Wait,
survive.
does it matter while we're? Oh God, do I keep my skills?
Yes, you do. You have
Okay.
you keep your alignment, int, wisdom, and charisma. No, but I do not think you keep your skills. You just your stats.
Yeah, so I think we're all. It just depends. I mean, I would assume you've got the best wisdom.
Me and Felix. So all of our gear melds into our phones. Game statistics are replaced, but yep. Though it retains into wisdom. Yeah. I can go in and out of forms, but I can't see crap while I'm well, actually I have dark vision, but the eel has blind sight, so yeah. Jaruk will lead. Why not? Let's do this. Wait, do we really want to trust my D20s, y'all?
You're the one with the inspiration.
I believe in you.
Let's go. We got this.
All right.
It will never get worse.
What'd you roll?
I haven't rolled. I'm rolling right now. Oh boy.
Okay.
17. Well, no,
Hey.
that's
I told
that's
you.
with +5, so that is actually 12.
That's a more than plus 10.
Because I lose my proficiency bonus. I should have just made a wisdom
Oh,
check. but
shit. But
Okay,
That's a
so
12.
sorry. So it's a 12?
It's a 7.
Okay, excellent. I'm so sorry about that.
Same.
I'm trying. He's very desperate for my attention right now. Okay. Cool. So, you all get lost.
Yeah.
Which means. Do, 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 do. Oh, God. Oh, fuck.
Well, we were
We
warned
win?
it would be the last session.
Do we win?
You become
y'all make it back home.
very, very lost. Oh no. It becomes dark. You lose sight of the surface. It is oppressive and stifling. Dark shapes are moving just out of sight. And sometimes you hear voices, familiar voices that are calling and beckoning. And below you, stalking the ocean, you catch the glimpse of the vast presence of a wolf with bared teeth in a wicked smile. I need everyone to make a wisdom saving throw as hours and hours and hours begin to pass.
I
And
have
you
a
hear the clock chime again.
Oh God.
Do you want help with your puzzle? Yeah, you want some
Wisdom.
help? Okay.
14. Well,
So, if we don't have skill proficiencies, do we not have saving throw proficiencies?
That is correct.
Okay.
that-
I was trying to just, look it up to read it, and I can't find something specifically about animal shapes, but I know animal shapes is supposed to mimic wild shape, and wild shape keeps your proficiencies and stuff.
That's how I understand it. However, it makes sense to me that because this is a spell and is not as refined as wild shape,
Mhm.
and because there is rule written for animal shape, I'm gonna go out on a limb and say that like you're rolling from the stats of this animal.
Okay. So it's just a wisdom check then.
Okay. Hold up.
So
Can I
that
use
is
my
going to be
indomitable,
a
please?
16.
Was this a +2? Will be in the range.
And correct me if I'm wrong, we don't have any of our character features
Yeah.
because we're eels.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, damn.
Anybody who wants to can. I mean, we've been swimming a while.
It would be up to your discretion as you get lost whether or not you would return. Like there will come a point you will notice that the bond ends. And you are then still lost and swimming for some time. It would be up to you whether or not you choose to drop animal form at any point.
Okay.
I mean, I can drop it individually by person, so anybody that wants out of it can be out of it.
Fuck it, I'm dropping out of it.
Okay. All right.
I'm mostly trying to keep it up for Vesca and Felix, who are struggling to keep up. But Felix, if you want out of it, feel free.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, if I feel like I'm getting lost and I feel like just like, for example, my investigation without proficiencies goes from an 11 to a 1, and so like Felix would be very on edge, not being able to like figure things out and stuff. So I think he would probably drop out of it.
Okay. In this instance, because of how long you are down here, you may roll again. Yeah, it'll be easier to just roll again.
For the people that dropped out?
If you've dropped out and you have proficiency in this save, you have the opportunity to roll again. But if you don't, then the roll would remain the same anyway.
Yes. Samurai, I get this for free.
And you can.
I didn't know that.
Well, your first roll had your proficiency on it, anyways.
Yeah, but it was just a +2 because like we was in animal shape at that moment, or whatever the heal. It was initially a 7+ whatever the heal was.
Mm-hmm.
So when I'm wild shaped, I do keep all my saves and stuff.
You
Yes.
do.
When you wild shape,
So you're
you
fine.
have proficiencies and everything.
Yeah, your roll is correct. Yeah, I see the argument for both sides. It makes sense to me that the animal shape would be not as powerful as wild magic. Or sorry,
I mean, that is my 8th level spell slot. That is.
Yeah. Well, okay. The spell says, alignment, intelligence, wisdom, charisma scores. The idea is that you would even though for wild shape, you get to pick
it's a
whichever
group
one is the
polymorph,
best one.
and you retain your stats, whereas a regular polymorph you don't. So that makes sense.
Yeah.
I got it.
Yeah. Okay. That's 2. That's not you. It's not you. Okay. Sorry, I am sending messages.
My apologies, the student just got caught selling exams, so I have to deal with something.
Oh.
Jesus.
Well,
IP addresses, people, please.
I guess that's one takeaway.
Ah!
Okay, and then and okay. All right.
That's so fucking crazy. That's so crazy.
I feel that.
Deep into the water you continue. Absolutely absolutely and thoroughly lost. And hours and hours and hours begin to pass. You all become tired. You have no idea what time it is or how long you have been swimming. All that you know is that you are beginning to ache. You have the opportunity to rest, if you can figure out a way to rest, or you continue swimming. You have 24 hours with this spell.
Okay, I'm sorry. That actually would have been the full 17 on the survival check then, because I also, for Wild Shape, would retain my skill proficiencies, which I tanked because I didn't think I had it while Wild Shape.
That's right. Fuck. Okay,
I'm
sorry, I was in the
That's
other
my
room.
bad.
No, it's okay. No, it's okay. I was in the other room and paying attention to other stuff. Okay.
Wait, okay, wait, hold on. Forgot something. I have the keen mind tree, okay? Does that help me in this case?
No.
Like, I always know.
You always know
Number
which direction is
hours.
north, and that's it. Actually, you know what time of day it is. You would know that it is getting late in the day. You've been traveling for that long, and I have a way to have fixed what just happened with that roll, Ted. So we're good.
My bad.
You're fine. You're fine. I'm obviously still struggling with this too. High level shit is complicated.
Why do I have Summer Court Bomb twice?
Just to be clear, right? Regardless of what the fix is or what's going on with Ted's initial roll, the messages you just sent us are still correct. Is that accurate?
I think it would be too bad to undo them, and it was still going to be a check you were going to have to make anyway, so I'm going to leave them.
Yeah, I just want to make sure we're still rolling with it. Okay, great.
Yeah.
Okay, fantastic. Grimble's gonna either drop out of his wild shape or motion indicate to Jaruk or Eel Jaruk that he would like to drop out of his wild shape.
Yeah, I will cancel it.
Fantastic. I would like to make a check to see which way is up and out.
Okay. I am gonna say make a survival check.
Wait, can my keen mind help with that?
You always know which direction is north.
Great. And
Call it anything you. Okay.
I'm going to use Convergent Future to make sure that's successful and get a level of exhaustion.
Okay. So this is pretty easy for you. You're still like you're still an intelligent character. Like you just kind of reach into your bag, grab some junk, and drop it and watch it descend. So now you know which way is down. So you know which way is up.
Okay, so I mean, I assume with a 4, I still had to use Convergent Future in order to be successful in that. Great.
Yeah.
I'm swimming as fast as I can up and out.
Follow.
But oh boy, I have no way to communicate.
Unless you drop shape.
Well, then I'm still trying to talk through the water, which.
If you have if you can breathe underwater, you can speak underwater.
Got it.
The only restriction is supposed to be that like if you can't breathe underwater, you can't do verbal components because then you're letting go of your air and then you're going to start drowning. But if you can breathe underwater, you can speak underwater.
Got it.
So,
Yeah, I will have to drop my wild shape. Grimble, where you going?
No, this is bad. Yeah, I'm not doing this anymore. I gotta get out of here.
Go where? We gotta get. If we don't get the mirror, there's not gonna be anywhere else.
I hear you, and I mean, I feel real bad about that, but my clone will just wake up in water. I can't do this. It's too cold. It's too
Felix-
scary. It's too bad.
Felix can like shadow step, like in front of Grimble, if he can.
mhm.
Basically, I want to use my shadow step and my dash to get in front of Grimble, even though he's way faster than I am underwater.
Uh-huh.
And he's like, "Come on, okay, your clone's gonna wake up no matter what, right? So like, if it's bad down here and it's bad up, like, we really need you to not buck off right now. Come on, man." I'm just gonna try to obstruct him.
Nope, sorry, not doing it.
Okay, how about we try like some meditations? Okay,
Are we underwater?
can you
Yes.
make like one of those little domey things? That way we can just like take a breather, calm down.
Sure. Everybody follow me up, and I'll make one on the shore.
We don't have time for that. Didn't you just hear that was like the 7th or the 8th bell?
Yeah, so there's probably not time to fix this anyway. We should probably just enjoy the time we have left, and that means not freezing in this cold, dark, unforgiving environment.
Look, I'm trying to help you, man, but really the only like tools in my toolbox are violence, and I don't want to do that.
Yeah, I don't want you to do that either. I cast
See?
maze.
Oh fuck!
Oh,
All right, I
You know,
am in a labyrinthine demiplane now.
you certainly don't want to try to make it intelligent.
What? Why did you do that?
what the fuck?
I'm also swimming past, just like I don't give a fuck about this.
Yeah, Grimble's just heading up.
I'm heading up with Grimble.
It's
If you
just
had
an
advantage, you
check,
made it.
not an int save. I have to get a 19 or a 20 on the die to get out of this.
You got a 1, if that helps you.
Oh my god.
I get to try every 6 seconds though
Yeah.
for 10 minutes.
Grimble,
Y'all can just knock the concentration.
I don't want to have to do this to you, my friend, but we got to keep moving. I don't.
How far is Jaruk away from me?
You have a 60-foot swim speed,
Yeah.
and he's got 15, right?
While I'm myself, yeah.
Yeah. So at least 45 feet.
Okay. I heard him say he doesn't want to do this to me.
Oh god.
Actually, I can't.
Well,
I
that's
just
not
need this to be-
concentration.
Yeah.
I just need this to be known that he can't get none of these spells back, right?
Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah.
Okay.
All
right.
The water around you solidifies into ice, and you're in a box now.
Ace POE.
Which kind of cage am I in?
Yeah. Full solid cage.
Hey, I'm asking cage or box. That's
Oh no,
that's the
full
question.
solid box.
Okay.
Oh, that's really
So the
expert.
blueprints any matter and blocking any spells cast into or out of the area. You cast spells in the earth those large fit. Creature inside the cage can't leave it by any non-magical means. Creature tries to use teleportation, which I can do. I have to make a force. Oh boy. Charisma saves. This is gonna be good.
Anyone else doing anything?
Yeah.
I'm also swimming up and away, which
I know I know you're
Doing
fleeing. I'm like everyone who has just been silent.
Veska's just swimming in the wrong direction.
God, I didn't want to have to do this.
She's just swimming. Kind of zigzaggy. She's just vibing.
Mink is fire breathing on the ice box that has appeared to probably no avail.
Oh.
Daruk's their buddy! That's like their bestie!
I have a question.
Mm-hmm.
Can I throw Albert through the water?
You can cast Albert again underwater. Yes.
But can I throw him at Grimble?
Only if you cast the spell, yes.
Well,
We have
I'm gonna
10 feet
have
on the side.
Albert. I'm gonna summon Albert and try to have him grab Grimble
Okay.
in kind of like a hug to like tackle Grimble in the water.
Okay. Okay, Grimble, make an acrobatics or athletics check contested against the Scarecrow.
Strong as fuck, Scarecrow.
Oh my
Jesus
god!
He just bum rushed the shit out of Albert.
Wow.
I guess we're not stopping Grimble. Oh my god.
Ted, can you roll me two? Will it let you roll 1d52?
Oh god.
Yes, you can. You just have to type it in.
Yeah.
You can roll anything.
Okay. I don't have it pulled up, so give me a second.
Yeah, I'm trying to find it myself.
Oh my god.
Oh my god, this
This goes
book.
so wrong, so fast.
This is gonna go. There it is.
Okay.
Oh, it's actually.
Oh,
This
did this get complicated? Oh, you can roll a d20. You can roll
Yeah.
a d20. Okay, thank
yeah,
God.
it's-
Oh, okay.
Dang, no D52
Oh
roll.
no. Oh god. What have I done?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, that doesn't look good.
Actually
What?
does nothing right now.
Yeah, that does nothing.
Well,
That
I
does
said
nothing.
2.
2? Wait. It should be a d20. D20.
I just did that for fun.
Oh, okay. You psyched me out. Okay, 5. The 5 and 4.
Doesn't help.
Where? Oh wait, I can't find it. Oh, I found it. What the fuck?
Anybody in the box
shit.
could just hear Jaruk just cursing. Clara, you said this bloody thing was gonna help. It's not doing anything. Nothing is happening.
I have. You don't see that one, right? You don't see that one?
I have no idea what you're referring to, so presumably not.
Number 4, the star. Is that right?
Did I read the wrong one? I sure did.
Okay, I will show you what star does. As you draw this card, you hear the bell toll again.
Oops.
No.
Tragic.
Huh. That's
It's number
also
9.
not helpful.
I mean, we got like 13 is the max. Or...
Oh my god. Okay, so Oh my god. Okay, so Akai and Grimble are still ascending. Jaruk is stuck in a force cage that Mink is kind of attempting to break. And Judith, are you doing anything besides summoning your construct?
I guess at the moment Judith is just kind of like dumbstruck at what's going on right now.
Okay.
Like, I'm genuinely not even sure what she would do in this situation.
Friendly reminder: Albert can try to grapple as many times per turn as he's able to attack. So if he has multi-attack,
Oh, he can do it twice.
multi-grapple. Yeah, it only takes one attack
Ooh.
to grapple.
You know what? I'm gonna have Judith swim after Akai and Albert keep trying to grapple
Okay.
Grimble.
Let's do
to
another
like
contested
stop them from running away.
Another contested check. Grimble, acrobatics or athletics? Okay, and let's see. Albert's athletics check.
How do I do that?
It's just the strength stat. Just click
It's just
that.
strength? Okay.
Yeah. Oh,
Okay.
And I mean, I assume at this point I can swim away from him.
At this point, yes, you are going to be
Yeah.
faster than him. Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, fucking A.
I'm gonna stiff arming the fuck out of Albert. It's just so fucking crazy.
Yeah. Sorry,
And
everybody.
Ricky.
Good luck.
Oh my god.
God. How far away is Grimble from the staying people currently?
Probably like pretty far at this point.
He's booking it.
God damn.
If he's dashing, that's 120 feet around.
Oh my
Grimble's
god.
gone.
He can't continually dash because you guys have been swimming for 8 hours. He cannot maintain that speed. He will, however, be faster than you for the duration,
Okay.
unless you use animal shapes to change.
The only ones that I think I can do it to are myself and Veska. So
Creatures you can see also, and you're in
Gotcha.
you're an invisible.
I can
cage.
see. Yeah, I can see through
Yeah.
the force cage. But I'm actually gonna drop. I'm gonna drop concentration on animal forms, and I'm gonna cast Bless on myself.
Okay.
Cause
So, is Veska no longer an eel?
Yes.
Oh.
yeah, sorry, it's the only way I'm gonna get out of here. Oops, I clicked the wrong thing and gave myself proficiency instead of Bless. And I need to time to make some charisma saves. There is all sorts of flotsam and junk and dead bodies in the same force cage.
Damn.
He pulls open the mouth of one of these things, like, yep, that's all right, this is it. And I teleport 60 feet out of the force cage.
It's so gross.
Oh. Holy fuck. Oh my god, Tyler!
These rolls.
I've just been clicking it every so often, you know. I try to wait a little bit.
I think that's the right way to handle it.
Don't worry, you got this. Eventually, 19 or 20 going to happen. So
It's just hilarious because I do have an 11 investigation, but my int is trash.
How
Yeah.
far away from me is Grimble?
He's going to be. I'm going to say. It took 2 actions to draw your cards inside the force cage.
Mhm.
Oh yeah, I guess people would have seen that. Jaruk reached into a packet and began
Packet.
pulling out just what looks like very large tarot cards. That as soon as they were drawn, they began to melt away in the water. And one such draw did result in the clock chiming. Let's see. Grimble will be at least. He will be 400 feet away.
Oh boy.
I say leave
If we leave him, he's gonna die.
him. Yeah, but he's also kind of swimming.
He's going 120 feet.
He's gone.
Now,
Grimble is gone.
I will have to burn so many resources to catch Grimble.
Do I see that people are still pursuing me?
You have 60-foot dark vision, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. No, but they also definitely cannot see you.
Great.
Okay,
Yep.
well, then he's gone. Solves that.
Nice.
How far has the guy gotten?
Akai is only half as far. Still
That's
means
still
that you can't see
200.
them. But they are they cannot have gotten that far. Or as far, I should say.
Who was around? So I guess it would have been Mink and Judith would also be blessed because I get 3.
Hey,
I wasn't thinking about it when I cast it, but it. Oh God.
good to know.
It's only gonna last a minute, so it's not a. I have used that up.
Fuck.
All right. Not even. You know, all right. Well, I don't think there's anything we can do now.
Shall we get our bearings and continue on?
Oh God, we gotta wait
Or-
for. It's Felix. That's the same thing Grimble did to Groblets. That was its name.
Oh, I'm back.
Hey! Speak of the devil, and he shall appear.
Holy shit, okay, where the fuck was that? Oh my god, okay. Whew.
Welcome
Where is
back.
that fucking bugbear?
Oh,
He's
he's
gone.
gone.
He's
He is
completely gone. It's over. He's gone. It's not worth it. Just gonna get back to work.
And Akai is also kind of fucked off.
As is Veska.
Wait, why was there sunlight?
A joke about the labyrinth.
Oh.
I still think it was funny that Tyler's actual mic was muted and you just hear him from across the room in Max's mic.
Well, look, I try to keep my mic muted because Max has to do most of the talking, and that way there's not so much echo. And it's not like I was gonna save my exclamation for after I unmuted. You know?
Oh my god. Okay. Akai is gone. Grimble is gone. Veska is also gone. Having wandered off.
Okay, so I can see her token, but I'm assuming we don't actually see Veska.
Yep, if she is wandered off, she is gone.
Well,
Good.
great start. To doing the one thing you should never do when in a group and in dangerous areas is split.
Well, I guess it's us now. Hopefully we find, some other allies on the way.
Under the lake. Yeah.
Who knows? I mean, things can live underwater.
I suppose we
Fuck,
could
things
find off.
can live underwater.
Yeah, it's bad. I suppose we could, if we were really lucky, we could find, what was his name? Bran the Fairy. He might be down here somewhere.
You see a buried skull with white hair float downwards past you.
Oh, well, that was comedic timing.
Well, that's reassuring. Our survival chances down here.
All right, look, I don't. It doesn't look good, but we don't really have much of a choice, I don't think. I mean, we can all die down here. We can wait for Groblets to break free and kill us all anyway. I'd rather not.
I mean, there's no way for us to find. I mean, do we have like a locate? Like, I mean, we could try to. Grimble and Akai were swimming up. We can swim back up and try to find them again, but that's gonna waste a lot of time. We've been swimming for like 8 hours. I mean, and did Beska go up or off or? I don't think we're finding her without some magic.
I imagine she can't have gotten too far since. I imagine she can't have gotten too far. I mean, I can get us out of here, but it doesn't really solve our problem, does it?
I'm just saying, if we wind up having to fight some kind of like mirror groblets, like I don't fancy our chances with just the 4 of us.
True, but there's no guarantee that if we get out of here, that Grimbles and Akai are going to help us with the actual Groblets. And I think we're down Veska either way, unless we can. She can't have gotten too far. I mean, I don't know if she's hurt. Maybe I could like turn into a shark. That'd be a little weird. Like, hey, I followed your blood. That's a creepy thing. Never mind. Drop that idea.
You two, you can roll a perception check.
Nat 1.
No.
I want to see how
Put that
bad
out
this
there.
can get.
Not even as good as
24.
my passive.
I was like,
Damn.
I'm letting your baseline be your passive, but it's just if anyone else in that group who is like passively curious about Veska wants to make a perception check, they are allowed to.
Sure.
Oh God,
Fuck it.
My passive is a 25.
I'm aware.
I know.
Damn,
What the fuck?
24?
All right.
They're doing it for Kobe.
Literally all of you just turn in the direction of like the odd humming coming from the crags below, except Albert, who turns the opposite direction.
Right, okay, so.
And then his head swivels back around in a 180.
Okay, let's go get Veska before she gets farther away.
Yep.
And then we'll gotta decide whether we want to go and try and get the other 2. I mean, I am not. I understand that it was probably some kind of madness that caused Grimble to send me to that wretched labyrinth, but I don't know. I don't know what we should do.
Well, the other problem is I had to cancel the magic that I was using to transform you and Veska. I can transform one of you, and it can be something a little bigger, but
I think I don't want to be transformed anymore.
Yeah,
I'll
that's
just
fair,
put up with
but
the cold, the exhaustion.
well, I mean, I can. Veska, get over here. I mean, you might want to be part of this conversation before I turn you into something else. I can turn you into something else and something bigger, and we might be able to like hitch a ride.
Who said that?
It's not what it's Jaruk. Jaruk Iron Tusk, you know, we've been traveling together for a few days.
Oh, right, yeah,
Okay. How many bells has it been?
9.
Holy fuck. Okay.
We're not having a good time.
Sorry. Right. So
If we could go back and get the other two, but we'd also have to figure out some way to like, you know, fix their heads.
I mean, if we could catch them, I can get rid of the madness. It won't be safe, and I don't know. I don't know how long we've been swimming. I don't know how long. Oh, thank God that Grimble can't just cancel that magic. That would be terrible. No. If we can catch them, I can fix them, but I don't know that I can.
I mean, we aren't going to be able to catch up to them, but if we could, I don't know, magically be already on the other side of them.
I mean, I could get us out of here. It wouldn't be fun. I don't know exactly where this thing takes us, but I do have this, and Jaruk will pull out the magical hand mirror that we found.
All right. Well, that gets us not here, but it's not that we need to not be here. It's that we need to be there. You know what I mean?
Well, I mean, we was swimming to get down here for hours. I imagine it's going to take them at least that long to get back out. If we instantly are out, we can get back to the lake and be waiting.
What
If
that thing
they get
takes
to
us
the top.
deeper underwater.
Also, how do we know that Grimble's headed that direction?
Well, I mean, he was swimming up, but it's more a question of if something else eats him. It's more fear. And I don't know about the way Grimble does magic. I know I've used some of my strongest magics, and he used some pretty strong magic against us, Felix. So, I'm just saying, Elysian pride, he did feel the need to bust out the strongest spells for the two of us. So, high five.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah, that's
I'm
a little
gonna try
awkward
not
underwater.
to be,
I
you
agree.
know, haunted by the memory of being lost in that maze for however many hours that was.
Hours? You're only gone for a few minutes, mate.
A few minutes?
Yeah.
You've got to be kidding me.
No?
Oh, God. Okay.
I am looking at God. Nothing. Carry on. Yeah. So okay, we need to. Veska, will you swim out here?
Who said that?
All right, I've had enough of this. Give me 1 minute. I'll be right back. Be right back. I'm not wild shaping. I am very, very awkwardly swimming and doggy paddling to go get Veska. Get over here. Get. We are trying to discuss the fate of the world. We kind of need all hands on deck. Even Albert's here.
We were?
You're gonna get.
Oh, I don't remember that. Okay.
What in the hell is? Oh
Uh-oh.
boy.
Uh-oh.
All right.
Uh-oh.
Well, I can only do this one time after this. Everybody else.
Next time.
If this even works, I don't even know if this is gonna work. Oh, thank God.
I will say this specifies that you can touch. At least on my screen, Veska's nowhere near you.
Oh yeah, I just didn't move my
this is-
token to chase.
Yeah,
but-
yeah. With the passive perception of 25, he's and also with the survival skill that he has, he's capable of finding, especially since you're not being quiet. Like he can find you. But your brain settles, your hyperactivity relaxes. You are able to once again concentrate and focus, and you suddenly remember exactly where you are and how bad the situation is, and that there are much fewer of you around than there was a moment ago.
Do you want me to just move the token until I can find it? Are you gonna move?
Yeah, I'll get you.
This guy died.
Oh shit, I was far. I was just moving in random directions and I found the corner. Oh fuck, and I get. Oh, okay.
Okay.
Now that we're waiting on Ted, I will just say, Max, that was just Vesca, but like times 1.5.
Right. Yeah. Okay. So those of you who are together, Oni and Grimble, or Oni and Adam are working on their own currently in the DMs. The rest of you, what would you like to do, knowing that you have been swimming for essentially a full day? You need to rest soon. You have nothing near you that appears to be an indicator of proximity to what you are looking for, and you are down a couple of party members. What would you like to do?
Can we cast a tiny hut underwater?
Yeah.
I don't think any of us can.
My.
Yeah, I
The person
can't.
that can is kind of far away from me.
Oh my god, that's right.
Fuck it, let's go wherever the mirror takes us.
Honestly, that's probably our best bet.
It's either going to take us where we already need to go, or it's going to take us somewhere on the surface. Either way, it's not wandering around in the dark and the wastes of the water.
Okay. I want to be clear. Whole party, like Ted's not here, but if majority rules, Ted gets outvoted.
Yo.
I say send it.
Okay. Then, Jaruk produces the mirror. Looks into it. The fog begins to clear, and something warm, begins to glow from beneath the surface. Each of you grab on and are teleported to Cicero's
Oh.
and walk out of the fireplace.
And walk out of the fireplace. Are we in Harry Potter?
Boo boo do do do.
Mink leans into it and like steps out of the fireplace and blows a little fire out. Like,
Oh my god. Just cartoony as hell.
oh yeah.
All right. So while you are there and Ted is working on getting back together, all right. Grimble, thoughts?
Does he make it out of the water? I mean,
Not anytime soon. It's up to you after
Mhm.
what will feel like a prolonged period of desperate upward climb.
Mhm.
You know you are still very far away. Welcome back, Ted. It is up to you how you would like to continue.
Well, I mean, it sounds an awful lot to me like Grimble is just lost to this party. He's essentially got a full day of swimming just to get out of the water. And that's if he makes it out without getting eaten.
That is, both of these things are possible because as Grimble, you have a faster swim speed than you did as an eel. It would just require that you would be sacrificing your long rest, or else you could take a long rest and then swim up. But that doesn't sound like that would be the choice made.
Oh no,
yeah.
he wants out of this water. He doesn't want to be anywhere near water. So he's going until he's on dry land and water is out of sight.
Okay. That being the case, why don't you make me a Constitution saving throw?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I don't want to use the Convergent Future, but I'll use, I think it's the Temporal Awareness. Oh, no, it's the Chronal Shift to re-roll that.
Okay.
Because...
All right. That barely saves you from another level of exhaustion.
Okay.
So you still have that one from the the last thing you did. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So that you arriving to the surface of the water takes place much later in time at this point. But you, as a small, fast, and dark-colored target, do not actually attract the attention of the swarms of Moreau.
Great.
Yep. All right. Oni, Akai. All right. Let's see. What did you? I gotta go back and see what you were saying.
Oh,
Okay. You end up lost, right? You've decided to swim blind.
Well, I know where up is, so I know I can swim up now. But I decided, like, out of this pure fear, that I'll probably just close my eyes and just keep swimming.
Okay. I'm going to make you roll a survival check at disadvantage.
Yeah, buddy, let's go. Oh wait, that's disadvantage. Or not clear. Yeah, clear. Yeah. 13.
Shit. All right. A 13 does not pass, which means I have to roll a d20 real quick. It means you are lost, and you have the option of continuing to swim, and again pushing through the night. You already have a level of exhaustion, and you have no hit dice. Oh shit! Wait, water breathing is 24 hours, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Okay. Doing the math. Okay, you don't. Oh, okay. Akai, do you swim until you reach the surface, or do you try to rest?
Swim until I reach the surface.
Okay. You will reach the surface 11 hours later. Grimble makes it in about 7. It takes you 11 hours to swim upwards, and make it to breach the surface. Fortunately, that is not enough time that you would have lost water breathing and would have drowned. Make me a con save for exhaustion.
21.
Okay. All right. That puts up your DC still, but you're still sitting at that one level. Where do you go upon reaching the surface?
Oh man, where do I go? That's the real fucking question.
If you need time to think about it, Grimble, that is the question I'm going to ask you as well. So.
I'm gonna go to Desdemona's.
Okay. So you go to Fiddle and Blind's auction house, and you look across the street looking for her little narrow inn, and it is not there.
I don't mean to like get in the way of things, but I mean, since we got Cicero's without any time passing, I thought we were gonna try to like maybe go back to the lake and catch them when they get back to the surface.
That's something. That's something we can do. I just kind of wanted a direction as far as sorry. I got ahead of myself there. Thank you. Apologies, but I do want to have an idea of what Grimble and Akai are thinking they will do upon. So Grimble, what would your intention be upon reaching the surface?
When Grimble reaches the surface, he's going to walk far enough that the water is out of sight, and
Okay.
then he would cast Tiny Hut and go to sleep.
Okay. So that's the intention for the both of you. Everyone else who is at Cicero's. By the way, Jaruk, you guys used you used the mirror to get to Cicero's. You activated the mirror, and it brought you through the hearth to Cicero's bar. Anything that you would like to do? I'm assuming you would like to try to long rest, but this is just a bar. This isn't. It's up to you.
I mean, I don't know. Do y'all think we should just take a breather? A short rest, dry off, recuperate, and then it's gonna take them who knows how long to get back to the surface. But I mean, if we can get to the lake, we might be able to head them off. But I mean, I don't know if we can do anything to change their minds anyways. You said you weren't going to be able to do the restoration on them anymore.
I can do it one more time. That's it. So,
I mean, they have to rest too.
Mm-hmm.
So realistically, once they reach the surface, they're gonna have to rest. Because it was all that time we were swimming and then the scramble for them to go to the surface, which I'm sure will exhaust them further.
Yeah, I mean, but who knows if they're going to rest immediately, we don't... If we can try to watch them surface, then we'll know where they are. And even then, it's a big lake. We can't watch the whole thing. I'm just saying, if we give them any time to leave the lake, that's just going to increase the, where they might be,
Right.
Right now, we know that they're going to be at the lake. It's a big lake, but it's still limited. If we give them any extra time, they could be anywhere in the city.
I mean...
Do we even...
Good.
Should we even try to find them? I mean,
we've got to try to find them. They're our mates. We've been traveling with them for a few days. We might need Grimble's help fixing all this anyway. I assume there was something down there, and for that I apologize. I mean, we got a little lost, and there's definitely something I could have done that I just now remembered I can even do. So we can do that this time, and maybe we can do this a little better.
I mean, it wasn't going that bad.
Oh, I mean, yeah, nobody got eaten, so yeah. Nex is right. Little victories here.
I mean, the group's splitting off and swimming off to wherever they were going isn't exactly great.
I mean, we only lost 2 out of 7, so I mean that is good.
Cicero.
Hey, y'all doing back? Y'all look wetter than usual.
We were trying to get him. We were trying to get a mirror out of the lake. I think it's a mirror. There was something at the bottom of the lake we needed, and now we're down another couple clock chimes. We only got 4 left.
Going into the lake? What are you all talking? Crazy.
Okay, sit down. I know this is your table, but sit
but...
down. There's a long story to this all. Yeah.
He cautiously sits down.
Cautiously?
You all seem insane right now. You all talked about going in the lake. Nobody goes in the lake.
I mean, a couple of things have changed since I last saw it. Do the thing. The new thing.
Mink does the fire.
Oh shit!
Not a lot. Just a little bit. Look up
It's a cat breathing fire.
Cicero. Hey, listen, I don't want to hear it. It's normal for mink. This is standard mink. They just look up at Cicero, like, proud of themselves for their little fire.
Right, so let me start at the beginning. At the beginning, Elysium wasn't in this shithole, and I will go over everything that Chaddox told me.
Oh god.
The abridged version. Basically, there's a bunch of gods broke themselves off, scattered themselves in the prison. Groblitz is a big old spider god. He's really nasty. Took a big old bite. Look at these scars. Look at him. Look at him. Right. 8 teeth. 8. I thought spiders only had. Sorry, I'm getting off track. Point is, we got to go into the lake, or Groblitz is going to eat everything and everyone. I mean, I don't know about the rest of these people, but like Felix and I, my whole family's here. Like, I assume Felix's family's still here. Felix, is your family still here? Yeah, his family's still here.
No, they're dead.
Oh.
Oh.
Whoops.
All right.
I was gonna say that's still
Cicero nods.
Felix was an only child. He never had kids or a wife. He's older than most Elysians live to be.
So, anyway, yeah. You seen Grimble or Kai? Yeah, Grimble, bright flowered shirts, big old hat. Kai's the little bird.
Shakes his head. Not since we did the card reading. Say, you all look a little busy, but you're not too busy to help me with a little something, will you, if you don't mind?
I'm kind of are busy. It doesn't involve leaving the tavern. You know,
What
fate
you
of the
need?
dimension and all that.
Yeah, I mean, we got at least a couple hours before they get out of the water. I mean, I could try to scry on them, but I mean, I imagine that anything I'm going to see is them swimming. So,
They're getting eaten.
positive thoughts, Vesca.
Don't
say that is the positive. I knew it, you little.
It's a big lake. Big things swim in big lakes. I'm just saying.
Yeah, there's small things swimming in the toilet. What are you saying? Like, things live in water. Like,
What? All right, we're just gonna let that one go. Everybody agrees? We're letting that one go.
what? Didn't you see my ad in the paper?
Oh.
I did actually. Is that what you need help with? You need help with the troglodytes in your bathroom?
I do.
Wow. Mink, wanna go breathe in the toilet?
Yeah,
Just-
you want? I mean,
I mean, if the day keeps going the way
just go torch the place. That'll solve the problem.
Yes.
He gets up
I-
and starts.
That is in fact the solution to the problem. What was with the tone? That is fire. Come on.
I know this is going to sound crazy given we're on a timetable for dealing with the end of the world and all that, but maybe what we need is a small win, you know? Clean out some troglodytes, feel a little better. Help out a good guy, Cicero here.
I mean, do we really have the time to be doing that?
I think so. I mean, it depends. How many troglodytes are we talking about, Cicero?
3, maybe 4 of them.
Ah, that's nothing.
You say nothing, but they have killed like 3 guests who were just going in for a shit. You know, like it's truly unkind.
I mean,
That's
were
a
they
horrible
sober
way to
though?
go.
What the?
What should that have to do with anything?
I don't know. Drunk people kind of suck at fighting.
Well, most people don't survive an encounter with a troglodyte.
This is
Yes.
crazy victim blame.
Oh my fucking god.
I mean, if you're not too busy, I'll show you.
Right, I'm going. Anyone wants to go with me? Let's do it.
Oh, where the fuck at?
I'm gonna trail at a distance.
Felix, you coming, Felix? Veska?
Yeah, I'm coming.
Yeah.
Make you feel better. Punch something. That's not me.
All right. Do I have a door here? I do have a door here. Ignore the fact that I've said many times this is a bar, not a tavern, and just follow him down the hallway through the mysterious passage with a lot of doors.
Got a lot of bathrooms, you know.
They're all storage closets.
Classic.
He just points on down this way.
Oh, good.
Jeez.
I will pull out my baseball bat wrapped in barbed wire. That is my whatever, and I will cast Pass Without Trace. All right, let us know what. Okay, never mind, Felix. It's going. Let's go.
Sure enough, sitting on top of the toilet, not doing anything except kind of keeping watch, it looks like, there is indeed a foul little creature, caked in detritus and filth, and hissing.
Oh, okay. All right. We're gonna need you to get out of here, bud. Please.
He hisses at you.
Hello. My name is Jaruk Irontusk. What's your name? Okay.
Okay, look, I need you to leave, or I'm gonna have to punch you, and it's gonna hurt a lot.
He stands and bares his claws.
Okay, wait. Is there a reason you got in? All right.
Okay, I mean, this is a choice you're making. I just want you to be aware of that.
Holy shit.
The violence against this little thing.
Alright, Felix is up first.
We'll step into the restroom with this thing
Okay.
and punch it.
Okay. You get close to it and it has the most foul odor. It is truly putrid. You clock it hard and its head smashes into the wall behind you and it slumps down dead, and then up from the toilet crawls another one.
And I'll punch that one. It's like a whack-a-mole.
That one also hits but does not quite kill that one.
I'll make a bonus action attack.
Okay. That will also hit and kill that one similarly, and another one crawls up through the toilet.
Well, I'm out of actions, so
Okay. Is there a window that I can see anywhere?
Not in the bathroom, you freak.
In the hallway, I mean.
I think right here there is a window, yes.
Okay, well, this is going to be gross, but I'm going to do it anyway.
Oh no!
Don't get in the toilet.
No.
Nope. All right, enough of this nonsense. I don't know why it's... Oh, it's rolling the maelstrom damage. Damn it, I'm casting control water. I'd like to control the flow of this water up and out the window.
That's so gross.
You you feel this surge of depth. There is much more water beneath here than you would think. And 100 by 100 by 100 cube of water
Oh my God.
geysers through and out the window. Taking that troglodyte and the other one with it and throwing them outside. And you know that there is still yet more water beneath.
Right, Cicero, question for you. Does this empty into the lake by any chance? Because that's a lot of troglodytes, mate.
You think I'm gonna go look? If you look, it'll find you. I'm not asking no questions.
But I will maintain concentration, and that's it.
Okay. These troglodytes have been removed. This is a successful end to this quest. However, you do have this mystery.
Y'all done? Why is there
Well,
water leaking down the floor?
no reason.
Don't worry about it. You'll be more sane knowing, or not knowing, rather.
Is one of you lactose intolerant? What happened?
Felix, I apologize if any of that got on you. You moved in before I could say anything.
It's whatever. I'm gonna go and just kind of veg for a little while.
Right.
We still need to figure out if we're gonna go try to find Akai and Grimble.
I mean,
Oh,
they haven't shown up yet.
I mean, I can scry on them in a bit, but this is. I gotta figure this
Maybe
out.
we take
while
a
I've got
long
some-
rest and then we scry on them. Trying to wait for him to come up out of the water seems kind of useless, actually. I mean, it's a big lake, it's dark, I can't see that far.
Yeah.
If
I
we
can
just wait for him to
provide
get out,
next time.
then
Jaruk, what are you doing?
I would like to, while I'm maintaining concentration on control water, I'm going to part the water. And I can't believe I'm going to say this. I'm going to look down the
Another surge of water splashes up against the walls of this bathroom stall, and you see something very weird. You see what looks like the ceiling of another room, and a light that has been extinguished on that ceiling, almost just below the surface, or where the surface would be.
Hey, Mink, do you have any torches?
Mink runs over. Mink checks their inventory. Give me a second. Hold on the phone.
Do I have torches? I have, yes. In my pack, there's a torch. If you could just light it and drop it down there.
Mink does so.
You snort a little flame onto the torch, and drop the light, and as it hits this ceiling beneath you, this waterlogged wood, it sputters and nearly goes out, but you have the water parted to what is essentially a floor, so you have this gap here. It just appears to be very wet, and it is not keeping the light very well.
Hey, Felix, Judith, Veska.
yeah, what's up? What is it?
I found a room.
What kind of room? And where?
I don't know. I mean, I feel like this is another go through the wall, come out in the where come out of the what did you come out at, Felix? The mausoleum? Yeah, mausoleum.
Well, I mean, let's find out.
Found a way.
I'll shadow step on top of the toilet and fall.
Okay.
You you drop, and as soon as you pass some threshold, you don't know where that is, you suddenly feel yourself at a different angle. And for a second, you do make impact with the ceiling that is beneath you, but then you and the torch drop to what is the floor of a bathroom that is much more damp and sad than the one in Cicero's bar, but looks otherwise identical. And you know where your feet stand is the floor, but you also know that that floor is mirrored in the floor that all of your friends are standing on. Does that make sense?
Kind of.
Did he just jump in a toilet?
No, I fell in a toilet.
I mean,
I'm not going down there.
Veska's just gonna lean over. I'm assuming you had to do the jumping motion first. Did you just step it? Okay.
Right. I think I have to be the last one to go in if we're all going in. So, if anyone's planning to follow him, now's the time. And for the record, we should follow him.
Mink will follow.
Okay.
Judith will also follow, very hesitantly.
Okay.
Wait, maybe I should. Should I stay here and drop a rope? You think a rope would make it in case we need to get out? Mink, before you go. Oh, Mink's already down. I will tie a rope to the bathroom stall. I have rope.
And you climb down to find your rope hanging limply over the side of the toilet in this mirrored bathroom. This place looks identical, and for the while you maintain concentration in on control water, this place is dry. But you see that around you, you are deep underwater.
No. Oh no.
I think we found a shortcut, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh man.
All right. Well, I got to read the paper better next time. Okay, well, I can only hold the water apart for a little bit longer. Do we want to rest here? I mean, we can. Wait, if I let go of the water, and I guess I'll test this just to make sure, like a little bit. Like, if I stop parting the water, does this room flood?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, well, the good news is this magic is way less taxing than turning everybody into eels, so...
Yeah, once we leave this mirror bathroom into Mirror Cicero's and then onto Mirror Street, we can just be underwater again, you know? Yeah. We were just in the lake, and it's not like that water was clean.
Yep, yeah, that's true. That's true. Okay. So, like, how much time do we want to give him before we scry and try to catch him coming out of the lake?
I mean, we should rest. It's gonna take him at least, probably like 8 hours or so. And I mean, if some of them are still in the water, then we'll just wait longer, I guess.
Okay. What we're gonna do? We will take our 15-minute break. Yeah. I'm gonna let you guys level up. Remember, Akai and Grimble, you do not get your long rests.
And now, intermission. Refreshment time.
Sure is great being in a drive-in watching Super Flick and eating all this great food.
This flick is making me hungry.
It makes me want to flick my bick.
We should have gone to the drive-in where we could eat and flick to our heart's content.
Well, what are we waiting for?
Well, come on then. I'm going to have a pizza and popcorn and ice cream.
And I'm gonna have a burger with fries and a soft drink. Yum, yum, yum. This was a great idea.
No, that's not big enough. No, that's not big enough either. That's more like it. We're delighted to have you with us, and we extend a cordial welcome to you. We've lined up the top stars from Hollywood and from all over the world to entertain you on our giant screen with the new, colorful motion pictures you've been hearing about and reading about. To add to your enjoyment, we're all wound up to bowl you over at intermission time with live wire service at our snack bar, where you'll find a tempting variety of favorite foods and beverages. Your continued patronage is very, very welcome. It's intermission. Rise and stretch time. Time to refresh yourself and visit our snack bar. Got a yen for hot popcorn? Your favorite soft drinks are sparkling cold. The juicy Frank sizzling hot. There's delicious coffee, freshly brewed, and all kinds of ice cream and candy to tempt you. Showtime will be announced loud and clear to get you back to your car in time. So stretch your legs. Come to the snack bar now. Sparkling soft drinks. Steaming hot coffee. Steamed or grilled hot dogs. Crispy hot fresh French fries. How about a pizza? None better anywhere.
Sneaking out to the drive-in? Why not take the kiddies along and save the expense of a sitter? Everyone enjoys the drive-in.
Our new Cutlass now.
Sure handles easy.
Drive happy, Cutlass can make you a little drive happy.
I forgot to get the newspaper.
Glad we ordered these swivel bucket seats.
Yeah, in case I get to drive someday.
The Cutlass S, Oldsmobile's sporty fastback at a price that's less than you might think to help make you really drive happy.
Drive happy.
Can I drive now?
Take a good look at Clyde Garfield's Cadillac and Oldsmobile dealership. And then take a drive in a new Oldsmobile, Cadillac, or one of the fine used cars. Serviced by Clyde's 21 factory-trained personnel and expert craftsmen. Cadillac and Oldsmobile means the very best in automobiles. And Clyde Garfield is the best in dealership and service. Clyde Garfield's Cadillac and Oldsmobile, New England Automobile Village, Route 3, New Hampshire.
You're invited to stop in at Nashua's own McDonald's on Route 101A. You'll find McDonald's high quality, fast service, and reasonable prices. Also, visit McDonald's at the Drum Hill shopping area in Chelmsford. Treat yourself and the family at McDonald's soon.
And now, intermission. Refreshment time.
Sure is great being on a drive-in watching Super Flick and eating all this great food.
This flick is making me hungry.
It makes me want to flick my bick.
We should have gone to the drive-in where we could eat and flick to our heart's content.
Well, what are we waiting for?
Well, come on then. I'm going to have a pizza and popcorn and ice cream.
And I'm gonna have a burger with fries and a soft drink. Yum, yum, yum. This was a great idea.
No, that's not big enough. No, that's not big enough either. That's more like it. We're delighted to have you with us, and we extend a cordial welcome to you. We've lined up the top stars from Hollywood and from all over the world to entertain you on our giant screen with the new, colorful motion pictures you've been hearing about and reading about. To add to your enjoyment, we're all wound up to bowl you over at intermission time with live wire service at our snack bar, where you'll find a tempting variety of favorite foods and beverages. Your continued patronage is very, very welcome. It's intermission. Rise and stretch time. Time to refresh yourself and visit our snack bar. Got a yen for hot popcorn? Your favorite soft drinks are sparkling cold. The juicy Frank sizzling hot. There's delicious coffee, freshly brewed, and all kinds of ice cream and candy to tempt you. Showtime will be announced loud and clear to get you back to your car in time. So stretch your legs. Come to the snack bar now. Sparkling soft drinks. Steaming hot coffee. Steamed or grilled hot dogs. Crispy hot fresh French fries. How about a pizza? None better anywhere.
sneaking out to the drive-in? Why not take the kiddies along and save the expense of a sitter? Everyone enjoys the drive-in.
Our new Cutlass now.
Sure handles easy.
Drive happy. Cutlass can make you a little drive happy.
I forgot to get the newspaper.
Glad we ordered these swivel bucket seats.
Yeah, in case I get to drive someday.
The Cutlass S, Oldsmobile sporty fastback at a price that's less than you might think, to help make you really drive happy.
Drive happy.
Can I drive now?
Take a good look at Clyde Garfield's Cadillac and Oldsmobile dealership. And then take a drive in a new Oldsmobile, Cadillac, or one of the fine used cars. Serviced by Clyde's 21 factory-trained personnel and expert craftsmen. Cadillac and Oldsmobile means the very best in automobiles. And Clyde Garfield is the best in dealership and service. Clyde Garfield's Cadillac and Oldsmobile, New England Automobile Village, Route 3, New Hampshire.
You're invited to stop in at Nashua's own McDonald's on Route 101A. You'll find McDonald's high-quality, fast service, and reasonable prices. Also, visit McDonald's at the Drum Hill shopping area in Chelmsford. Treat yourself and the family at McDonald's soon.
Adam? Okay. I just want to check in. How is everybody doing? Is this still fun?
Yes. Yes.
Insane is what it is.
There's so much chaos.
All right. Just checking.
I mean, I don't know what I'm doing half the time, but it's just chaos.
So, those of you who are in Cicero's bar have, through truly some of the most brilliant luck, managed to find the shortcut that I tried to show you guys several sessions ago. But I think it's better this way for you guys to have discovered, like, you know, the awful thing, the awful way in, and now you can bypass it, incoming, or ongoing. The next morning, after those of you who are resting get a chance to rest. Reminder that those who have lost hit dice, you only recover half per long rest, but I think that the both of you only had half of yours missing anyway. How would you like to go about your divinations? Because that sounds like that was the plan, was divination.
Yes. It sounds like my scry will not work. Which I will not find out until I attempt to cast it, which will use up my use of... what is that feature called? Class feature. Walker in Dreams.
Oh, what?
Oh, wait, I can actually just cast Dream rather than scry.
Oh my god.
I would like to do that instead. Because...
Oh my god.
Yeah, it's Dream with myself as the messenger, scrying or teleportation circle. which of course has the specific function of wherever I last rested, which I think is Cicero's anyway, so it would just teleport us right where we are. No, I last rested in Clara's place. Yeah.
Yeah.
Can Dream get through? It sounds like Dream will also fail though, because no spells can go through the bubble.
I think it's just a matter of whether or not the spell has to physically pass through the bubble. Like, are you on the plane of Dream now?
Right. I mean, I think
does the Liam and Tiny Hut exist in the plane of Dream?
Yeah, that's a much grayer area, because if when an occupant of the hut is dreaming, is their consciousness still within the hut, or are they, in some other ethereal location where the dream's happening?
A demi-plane.
It is not.
No.
Here's how I would qualify this. Here's why I think Dream works. You can cast Sending to a creature that is inside a tiny hut.
Oh, okay.
Can you? That's
how I would rule that.
Sending can cross planes, so.
Dream, they are restricted by the same plane of existence, but Grimble will be on the same plane of existence. Nobody's fucking leaving this plane of existence.
The other good thing about Dream over Scrying is that, one, there's no save, which I would know that he can't resist the effect, but also, if he's not asleep, I just sit there and wait until he does. Because I can just doop. I'm standing here in my dream trance, waiting for Grimble to fall asleep.
Feels... Yeah, I feel like this works. So, Grimble, you set up your tiny hut, and prepare a couple of things, and go to sleep. And in your dream, you see Jaruk.
Oh man, I'm so sorry, man, but I just had to get out of there. That water was going to kill me.
Yeah. It seems to have had an effect on several people. Felix is more than a little mad. You sent him to, well, wherever it is you sent him. I gotta be honest with you here, Grimble. I'm not exactly happy you put me in that box, but bygones is bygones.
I appreciate that. I'd still really like to help you guys out, but I don't know if I can go back in that water again, man.
Yeah, no, I can arrange. We found another way. First off,
oh, thank God. I gotta tell you. I do feel a little better being outside of that water, but I still feel real bad.
Yeah. No problem. Tell you what, we are. Where actually am I in the waking world? I think we're in Cicero's.
All right. Well, I guess when I'm done with my rest, I'll just come over to Cicero's and find you guys.
Right. Is Kai with you, or do you know where Kai is?
No, man, I haven't seen her. I just look.
You don't know where Kai is, do you?
No, I don't know nothing about nobody, man. I just had to get out of that water.
Are you shitting me? Did my Discord die again?
No, Ted, we didn't hear
It's
that.
not you. It's not you.
His mic is going nuts.
Look on Kitty's face.
I just see Katie's face, eyes
now.
widening. I'm like, oh, it's not just me.
I thought that was
Yeah.
just me.
I thought I was going
Ripple's
insane.
in that state where he's like kind of asleep but kind of awake at the same time. So it's
Is my microphone going bonkers?
Yeah, you're clear now. You're good.
Awesome. Yeah, man. I don't know where anybody is.
Ted?
You're
Damn,
fucking-
Ted did go out. Incredible.
Okay, so if it's not his DNS, what could it be?
The computer.
We will let that.
Mhm.
Whoop. Maybe he'll be back in a second.
Mm-hmm.
Because I was gonna say we'll go to the Akai conversation. That doesn't work because
Yeah.
Messenger is still gone.
Yeah, the more that I think about it, I feel like Leomund's like it doesn't pass into the ethereal plane, you know,
Mhm.
like Dimension Door. I think you can Dimension Door into a Leomund's tiny hut.
Yes.
Like if the spell doesn't need to like magic fly through the air and hit you, then I think it's not going to protect you from it. Like,
Yeah. That's why I said sending can go through it because it's Liam's tiny hut.
yeah.
And sending
why?
can still hit people like in a
'Cause, like,
magnificent
sending-
mansion. So
Like sending doesn't like actually like physically move. Like you're just speaking directly into their mind. Also, like
hello.
Scry, like the sensor just appears right next to the target. You know, I mean,
Are you with us, Ted?
I'm back.
Right, great. You are still in your dream communique.
Right. I asked about Akai. That was the last thing I heard, and then I think I.
Yeah, I don't know where Kai went.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, they couldn't keep up with me, and as you guys saw, I just needed to get out of there.
Yeah. We'll get there fixed. We'll get there
I'm
fixed.
sorry. Tell Felix. Tell everybody I'm sorry, man. I feel
No.
real bad.
It's all right. It's all right. It's all right. Shh. It's okay. It's okay. It's all right. It's gonna be all right. We're gonna fix this. We're gonna lock Groblitz away. We're gonna save this world. We're gonna get you home. Everything's gonna be fine.
Yeah,
Be a
damn
good
right we are.
story. Be a good story to tell you folks. Be a good story to tell folks around here. Everything's gonna be fine.
Oh, I don't
So,
know
yeah.
if I can ever tell my parents about this. I'll be in so much trouble, man.
I mean, you might be, but you did save an entire plane. I feel like that earns you some leniency.
Yeah.
You know, like, oh yeah, sure, you touched something you shouldn't have. You ended up in a weird place again, but hey, you saved a lot of lives, and that's
Well, maybe I'll bring all you guys with me, and then see some of the people I saved, and it'll go over a little better. Because otherwise, I think I've told a tall tale or two. I don't know if they'd necessarily believe me if I was just like I saved the whole world and had nothing to show for it. But that's neither here nor there. You should probably try and figure out how to get eyes on a guy so we can get the band back together.
Yeah. We'll do that. All right, just get to Cicero's as soon as you can. I'll let Felix know you're sorry.
Will do.
All right. See you in a few hours.
And then what are you doing to see if you can find Akai?
I can ritually cast. All right, I got a hold of Grimble. Everything's going to be fine. He's going to meet us here. I can get rid of it. Whatever's going on him. I do have to warn you. Once I do that, best I can do is bring you back from the dead in another body. I can't really do anything else at that point. I'm out of resources. So keep your shit together. Try not to die. At least, not more than 20, I guess. All right, give me a second. I'm gonna go out in the. Cicero, you got a garden around here? No, you don't have a garden. Okay, I'm just gonna go outside, and I can ritually cast.
You go over to a garbage pail and tip it over and watch the trash roll down the street. Okay, what 3 facts do you want?
Oh man, this is not going to be great for me here in town, but the lake. I don't know whether he falls under. He's got angel wings on and all kinds of other stuff, so I feel like yeah. Are there any powerful celestials, fiends, fae, other than the one I know for fiend or for fae?
You do know the one fae. You know that there are celestials, but they are all very damaged and broken. Shells of their former selves. There is one massive celestial that remains.
Hello, Groblets. How you doing?
You'd be aware of like the couple of liches that are wandering around. Also, a pair of fiends, some rakshasas that are wandering around together. 2 of them.
What about the hags?
Know them.
The 7 hags are on a murderous rampage somewhere else.
Shout out to them.
In a bit.
Oh my god.
Deal with that in a bit. Thanks, Ace. Prevalent plants, minerals, animals, or peoples.
Akai definitely falls under peoples. There's several that do pop up, but the amalgamate that is Akai's odd, weary, and exhausted body is detected in the water.
Oh, he's in the water. Oh, that's not good. All right. How deep is this water? Well, no, that's a dumb thing to worry about.
Well, it is
Now
the
we gotta
lake.
get to the bottom. It is
Yeah,
the
the
lake.
lake. I will say, because of Commune with Nature, it's 3 miles from you. Technically, okay, that technically puts her out of your sight, but I'm going to give it to you anyway. I don't care. But the depth of the lake extends beyond the scope of Commune with Nature.
Got it.
Yeah. I already gave you the information anyway, so fuck it, whatever. Like, you know Akai is in the lake.
Got it. All right, well, good news, everybody. Grimble is out. He's on his way here as soon as he wakes up. Akai is still in the water, which is kind of amazing, actually. I mean, yeah, so we can make our way back in.
Back into the water.
Well, I mean, we have to, don't we?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, we're not just gonna dive in the lake again. You know, we got this nice, pretty little shortcut to Mirror
Yeah.
World. And so, I mean, we gotta wait for a guy still, or?
I mean, I could do that again once we're in the water. I made sure to the same magic that Grimble used on us the other day. I can do that today, so we'll all be able to breathe, and I can. It'll take me a little minute, but I think I can do this again in the water. That might give us a better idea of how close we are to Akai. That way we're not just like jumping in, like you said. Yeah.
Right, but I mean, if we're trying to meet up with Akai, shouldn't we wait to do that?
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest. I have no idea how close to the surface Akai is. I mean, I can do this again when Grimble gets here. That'll give us a better idea.
I mean, we should probably wait for Grimble and then try to communicate with Akai again.
Sounds like a plan.
Maybe by the time Grimble gets here, you know, Akai will be out, hopefully.
Okay, that sounds like the plan, which means Grimble, you finish up your rest, finish up your preparations, and eventually make your way to Cicero's.
Oh yeah, by the way, Felix, he said he's really sorry, by the way. Really sorry.
He can tell me that himself.
I mean, he will, but I just wanted. He does feel bad.
Because Grimble is taking a full rest, this means Akai will surface before Grimble can meet up. So, Akai, you wanted to head to the Dancing Spider and Desdemona, right?
Yeah.
All right. You return to where you last saw that place, and it is not there. There is just an empty alley.
Well, fuck me. Where the fuck do I go now? I guess I'm gonna try to go to the doctor's office. I don't know. Like, I literally haven't been through the whole city. I've just been to like 3 locations and the river or the lake. That's about it.
Yeah, you can definitely head to the doctor's again, where Clara is gathering some plants from the garden. And she looks at you. You look like hell, having just swum for a consecutive, 19 hours? And she says, "Are you all right?"
I gotta do kinky shit. Fuck. Then, no, that's curse words. No, that's mean. No. Terribly dreadful.
Oh.
Let me pull up her character sheet.
I don't know how long that temporary HP I had last.
She kneels down next to you and begins combing through some of your feathers, and she says, "Where's Jaruk? Is he all right?"
God damn it! Why you have to talk to me? What the fuck is... fuck me. Where's Jaruk? Oh my god. I'm just gonna shrug.
Is he dead?
I'm shrugging. I fully just. I don't know.
You see what appears to be the first ever look of concern this creature has ever felt cross her face as she immediately begins some divinatory ritual, pulling herbs and chewing them and drawing in the dirt, and murmuring to herself in Sylvan, and some 10 minutes later, maybe 15, 10 minutes later, her eyes just sort of glaze over with her hands pressed into the soil, and when she seems to return to her senses, she says, "I know where he is," and she holds out a hand for you.
I'm not gonna lie, Akai, in all this bullshit, is very sad right now. It's like on the verge of tears, and just gonna grab her hand.
She pulls you along to the tree line and walks straight forward with one hand extended, palm out, and touches the bark of one of the trees that immediately splits open and opens into a deep chasm and pulls you through. Do you follow?
Yeah.
All around you, you hear the groaning and creaking of wood twisting and splintering, and then suddenly there is brightness, and you are out on a street. Some ways, like you're clearly far from where you were, and she continues walking down the road, eventually leading to Cicero's, and walks inside, leading you along still.
I'm a little scared.
Yeah, she brings you along. Would be about halfway through Grimble's long rest that Akai is returned to all of you by Clara.
Hi, Clara. What hi.
She looks relieved to see that you are not dead. You went into the lake, and this little creature was the only thing that climbed out.
I mean, we all climbed out. Everybody's fine. We didn't lose anybody. Mink's here.
I mean,
fire breathing and all. There's Felix.
We kind of like teleported out, but yeah, same. We're good.
Yeah, Judith and Veska. Grimble's on his way.
Yeah.
What?
I mean, it was bad. It sucked. It was terrible. But
yeah, I turned everybody into eels like you showed me. It worked pretty well for a little while, but got a little bit lost. Place is a lot bigger than it looked, but we found I think a better way to do it.
She looks not tired, but stressed. And draws her thumb from like your forehead down to your nose, and casts a spell on you that causes you to have a like supernatural awareness, and you hear the voices of people speaking just moments before they are said out loud. Yeah. If you are going back in there, please be careful. Things do not return.
Yeah. We found the poor ferryman.
You are a precious possession, and I would prefer not to lose you.
Is this consensual?
She
not
looks.
Not you too, Veska. Come on.
She does not seem to understand what you have just said.
So it's not.
It is. I've been doing work for Clara for over 10 years now. It's anyway. Yeah, I'll be careful. We got to just go. We're just waiting on Grimble. He'll be in a minute. Any minute now, I think.
Hey, everybody! I ran over here as soon as I could. I'm sorry. I made everybody wait, and I messed up the whole thing. But I got scared.
He hugs your leg.
Aw, good to see you too, Mink. Listen, Felix, I feel real bad about sending you away, but yeah, in fairness, I was really freaked out, and then you threatened me.
that's fair. That place really sucked.
Yeah.
I felt like I was there for hours.
The place I sent you to. Oh, yeah, that sucks too. As I understand it. Grimble's like staring at the ground, scratching the back of his neck. But you back? You got back?
Yeah,
Well, back? Well, back together?
On the way back. I just kind of got lucky, honestly, because like my detective skills don't really help you down there.
No,
You know,
man,
you just
no.
kinda, like,
I
wander
won't.
around.
I won't hear it, Felix. You're a great investigator. You're a great investigator.
Look,
You definitely.
There's no tracks to follow. The fucking walls keep shifting on you. Like, it's.
Grimble just
Okay,
reaches
look.
out and hugs him. Say, I'm so sorry. I'm just sorry.
Look, we'll work this out after the threat of the world ending isn't,
Yeah,
looming.
it's a good plan.
You're a good guy. And,
You're a good guy too.
I understand. This place really, it can drag on people. Madness and stuff.
It's just awful. I mean, maybe once we save this whole place and everything's back into normal, maybe we should look at being like roommates or something.
Maybe.
All right. That sounds fair.
Look, I'm just not good at living with people. You can ask Ferric.
That's fair. Well, look, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna save this place, and we're gonna save everybody, and then we're gonna figure out how to get me back, and then we're gonna figure out how to get me changed back, and then you guys are all gonna come over, and I'll show you all the neat stuff my parents have, and they got so much stuff there. You probably give you stuff helping keeping me alive.
So, is everybody rested up? Ready to go back down there?
By the way, because of the inordinate long rests and all, it is like 4 p.m. Which, I mean, you guys are all rested. You can easily go and quest, but...
Has Akai rested?
No. Akai
None of
is
my
still...
characters hasn't slept in 4 days.
Yeah.
Doing great.
I've been literally, my character's been getting chased for like a good amount of time in the fucking stair, and then it's just a lot.
Look, all you need to do
Swimming
is
for 11
graft
hours
on the
feels
head
impossible.
of some creature that has gotten a full rest.
Will the angel head help me?
Not this long after. Ugh.
Okay, Akai, go to sleep, and then we'll figure it out.
I gotta go to sleep standing straight up.
Guy is already asleep.
She's on her feet and rocking, and then just collapses, unconscious. Okay. So Akai, you can get a long rest in, which puts everyone like at about the point where you could acceptably also take a long rest, and then just get like a really early start the next morning.
Sounds like a plan.
Okay, that means everyone who has any remaining lost hit dice, they are all recovered now, except Akai's. Akai's coming in with half, but other than that, full rest.
You round up or round down?
I believe you round up with hit dice. It's one of the weird ones that round up.
It was probably like you had 0, and then you leveled up and you got 1, and then you got 6 back, or something like that. Or not 6, 8. Oh well, doesn't matter.
Okay. How are you going on?
Okay, so this is gonna sound really bad, Akai and Grimble, but we have to jump in a toilet, and we'll be where we need to be.
Look, man, I said I was sorry. I thought we made progress.
Look, I'll go first. It's fine.
Oh, you serious?
Yeah.
We don't have to swim.
Okay.
We don't have to jump back in the lake. We will be underwater, but it will be like a flooded mirror plane kind of thing.
Okay.
Maybe that's the green room or something.
Before we do that, I need everybody to go. We're still in Cicero's. I need everybody to go upstairs. I've laid a little something out.
All right, I head upstairs.
Yeah.
Yeah, hell yeah, dude. Hell
Oh
yeah.
my
18
God.
max hit points.
Oh
my God,
Increíble.
Ted!
Oh my god.
That is 18 real max hit points for everybody.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, that just lasts for
Full
like,
24 hours,
24
or however,
hours.
whatever
I mean,
the duration is.
Yeah, that just
24 hours.
Wow.
Everybody goes upstairs to, you know, those like plastic folding tables that everybody has at some point.
Mm-hmm.
Like, they are covered with nondescript brown paper, and then just piles of like
Hostess
Dude, like-
Twinkies.
Like crab boil style.
Oh yeah, like crab
Yeah.
boil style, but there are serving platters full of, like, yes, there are in fact Twinkies. There are like pizza bites like stacked up on top of each other. There is all kinds of, if you could find it in like a 7-Eleven, it's probably there.
Oh my god, my mom never lets me have these.
Yeah, everyone who got a despair feature the day before, make me a wisdom saving throw.
I got a 15.
Yep, that's a save.
Doesn't
Oh, God.
Hero's Feast give you advantage?
Yeah,
on
it does give advantage on all wisdom saving throws.
Wait, Max, what was that? Sorry.
It's a wisdom save if you received a despair feature. I don't think you wait, actually you did. You did.
I did.
Yeah. Despair is different from madness.
Mhm.
It's a variant rule for the Shadowfell. And this one is even a variant form of despair. So this was a special niche rule.
Fun.
Veska does not. Well, Veska, actually, you're good because you had it cured the day before, so you don't have it.
Yes.
And everyone else did save. So all of the xenophobia and hydrophobia that a couple of you picked up, gone.
Xenophobia.
Yay.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
Yeah. just ignore. We didn't run into like anyone new, so you never saw it.
Exactly.
Yeah, their
But yeah,
feature
I was gonna
was
be like a horrible racist towards them.
strangers
Wow.
are all plotting to kill us. We can't trust them. Was theirs.
Yes.
Wow, you just America.
There was a point in the Thursday game where Leffy had a very similar madness effect for a while.
We never found out what that was. I know now. Yes. Love that.
All right. So Clara and Jaruk help everyone to a amalgamate meal. Has anyone ever done dollar store buffet or like dollar menu buffets where you like go to every fast food restaurant and pick up like one or two items off like the dollar menu and you come home and have a banquet of garbage?
No, but now I got it.
I was gonna say.
Yeah, that
now
sounds
I
fucking
need to do that.
fantastic.
Well, now I haven't lived.
Is the dollar menu still a thing anymore?
Please tell me you got some 7-Eleven coffee.
I forgot to tell you.
Ted?
Sorry, you just reminded me of that, and it made me think of Arby's, and I don't know if anybody has seen
No.
Arby's, no joke, are releasing their own flavored vodka in a week.
Yeah,
Oh,
I did see that.
It sounds disgusting.
I have set an Alexa reminder to order it.
Yeah, tell me how that tastes because I'm not trying it.
I was gonna say, can we get like a live review? Can we?
Hey, yeah, Ted, purchase it and then get a chat and
Purchase them, to be clear. There are two flavors, crinkle cut and curly fry.
No.
Babe,
Oh
I can
yeah,
tell
I'm
you,
sorry.
but you will be tasting them.
God.
Oh,
Yeah,
hell yeah.
Cyan, I am not trying the stupid potato vodka.
You are having the potato
What?
vodka.
It's literally
just-
potato and potatoes.
I just got to be honest with you. I gotta go. There's no way I'll just listen to Arby's vodka.
I hate vodka, honestly.
It's about to be lit. No.
Oh wait, when does it come out? I'm finna take it to a party.
Take it to an Arby's.
Yeah, it comes out in a week.
Damn.
When Arby's got brought up, my immediate thought was like, how are we going down this rabbit hole?
Well,
All rabbit holes lead to Arby's.
They have the meats after all.
Is this leading back to the Zootopia comic? 'Cause-
yes, it is. Thank you. Okay.
No!
No, it's not. We're Okay.
I remember reading those.
Oh god, Ted and I.
I don't know if y'all heard, but Cyan has informed me she's not going back.
Well, that's fine. We're actually getting back into the. You guys get okay. So, do you want to talk about Arby's or do you want to jump in the toilet at Cicero's?
What did I?
Toilet.
I'm in the toilet. Already in the toilet.
All right.
In the toilet.
Yeah. So you guys are well, first, any spell preparations upon eating probably what is truthfully the best meal you've all ever had. It's one of those instances where all the convenience store food just fucking hits and not a single hot dog makes you want to die.
I don't even need to eat, but that was fucking incredible.
Right.
That was an experience.
Right. Yep.
You should definitely open up a restaurant, Taruk.
All right. Yeah, but I don't know that I would ever make money because I won't. Well, we won't go into how much that costs to make. I can do it one more time. So if we save the world, celebrations on me. We'll get more of the good stuff. I might be able to, might be able to get some of the real good face stuff if Clara's feeling nice, and we'll party like we just saved the world because we did.
Felix just has kind of like a bandolier with like 3 different like thermoses of coffee attached to it.
You planning on drinking that underwater, big boy?
Oh yeah.
Something's wrong with Felix. I just got to be honest. Like, there's got to be something wrong here.
I know, man. Like, he's got 3 cylinders of coffee on his bandolier, and all fucking 3 of them are hazelnut. I mean, that's overkill.
Wait a second.
Look, man, I like what I like. I already finished off the peppermint mocha, so.
All right, man, you do you.
Do they sell it around this time of year?
Let's get in this toilet. And Grimble's halfway through, and he's got to flush himself again to get all the way.
All right, but okay, Grimble, there's. I need to part the. Oh.
Yo.
Water.
Don't tell me this was the wrong toilet.
Oh my god. Okay, so important question. Like, you're planning on casting control water, right? Okay.
Yep.
Do we really need to?
Are you planning on also casting water breathing? Just.
Yes, that is not concentration, thankfully.
Yes,
and I can ritual cast that one.
Sure. Yeah. Okay. Just checking.
Yeah. I have it prepared. I'm scrolling to find it. I know I prepared it. Here it is. Oh, water breathing. All right. Anything you need to get going, Grimble? Like armor or anything?
No, I got some issues with spells, but it'll be all right. It will be fine.
Oh God.
Okay. Right. No problem. No problem. Nothing to read into there.
Well, I mean, like, well, you know this because you cast spells. Like, you know how you get a nice sleep and you sort of wake up and you're refreshed and you can cast all the spells that you got all your capabilities back for casting all the spells that you need to.
Yep.
Well, yeah. Like, I woke up this morning and I didn't. That didn't really happen. So, like. All those spells that I cast, like the one on you and the one on Felix, like I can't do that no more. But it's okay. What? Yeah, you know, like I put you in the box, and I sent Felix away.
Yep. Oh, I got that.
Right, and you know how like you cast spells, so you know how usually you can sort of do that once a day, and if you get a nice big long rest, you sort of get recharged, and then you'll be able to do that again.
Yep.
Yeah, well, I got the big long rest, But I woke up and I couldn't do that no more. Nothing recharged. I think it's because of all the fire spells when things went crazy underwater yesterday.
Oh. Okay.
But it's all right. I took some other precautions.
Okay.
It'll be fine, but it just means I got to be careful about when and what spells I cast.
Right. Well, as long as you think you're good to go.
Yeah. Right is right. We got this. Right, everybody? We got this.
We got this. Yeah.
Totally got this. I mean, after that delicious food, I could kick anybody's ass.
Oh, yeah. And speaking of which, I have a little something for everybody to sort of follow up that feast. And how many of these? I have the chef feat. How many 10 hit points am I handing out? Efficiency bonus, so 6. So all of us get 6 temporary hit points on top of the 18 hit points.
Wow.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All of you get 6 temporary hit points.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Pass those out. There you go, Akai. Glad you're feeling better.
Akai like barely ate the food, but Akai graciously take whatever the fuck he gets.
Just a little cookie. Good for everybody. And yep, everybody, on we go.
Down the toilet. And you cast control water. Okay, so how I looked up control water again to like get it. So the part water is very temporary. So plus now that you know you are in the Undercity's Cicero's, now that you know that's where you are, you know that you are at the bottom of the lake. Like you will not be able to maintain a trench down here. It's too far deep.
I thought this was just to get like through the water barrier between us and the Undercity.
Yeah, yes, you can do that. I'm just letting you know. Like I think earlier I was describing it as like you can see the floor/ceiling, which like you all can get there, but the water will start to flood back in very quickly. Which you've cast.
Yeah, I mean,
wow,
I can maintain
what a very
concentration
apt
for.
GIF. Wasn't expecting that.
I'm clicking. Oh, yeah.
I can maintain concentration for 10 minutes, but after that, I think we're swimming.
Yes. And so yes, you find yourselves in again the toilet of a much shabbier, waterlogged and like danker, worse toilet.
All I can think of is train spotting.
Sorry.
Yes, exactly like that. Yeah, exactly like train spotting. I will never say that phrase again.
All right, we moving on. I can only hold this back for a little bit, so in a bit we're gonna have to start swimming.
Okay, and shortly after that, the water rises around you and fills up almost like a tank in this little room, which you can open the door to and into the passage. This place is strange. It looks wrecked. You walk out from the halls back into like the tap room. There are tables all over, chairs, many of them pushed over. The bar is unattended, and there are skeletons in the seats where patrons would be, just slumped, the remnants of clothes draped over their bodies, and sort of prowling between the legs of these long dead folks, there is a skeletal cat that is sort of brushing up against objects and kind of patters up to you and opens its mouth as if to call to you, but it makes no noise.
Can I pet the cat?
Yeah, you can pet the cat. It kind of like pushes up against your palm and encourages you to continue petting it.
I said continue petting the cat.
You pet the cat. It seems to be grinning at you. You notice it has 13 teeth. It's missing a couple.
Good. Good.
Oh, good for now.
Right, we're headed to where are we headed at this point? I guess out to the lake. I mean, lake.
What the fuck is that?
Oh, what is this?
Oh yeah.
I don't like this math class.
Oh yeah.
I love this.
I'm with it.
It looks so cool. I fuck with this.
Okay, now that we're down here, what do we need to do down here?
Find the rest of the mirror, right?
Yeah.
Isn't that why we were here?
Yeah, well, I thought it was find the rest of the mirror, and then if there's something in it or something in it we got to kill.
Well, I mean, we found this part of the mirror at Fiddle and Blinds. So what if we go to the mirror Fiddle and Blinds?
Bad idea.
I mean, if we just got to start from where we are and just start investigating, I guess. I mean, find what we can find and put two and two together. Speaking of which, something's over there.
Yeah.
Felix goes and walks over to the bar, takes a look behind it.
Jaruk is also aware, and the two of you look behind the bar. There is something like that is sitting on the shelf behind the bar, like under the bar, that is giving off a white light.
Not a lot of things glow down here. Well, I mean, here in our Elysium. Gotta say, this is all a little confusing. You want to you want me to grab that? You're gonna grab that. One of us should grab that.
I'll grab it.
It is warm to the touch, considering how cold the water is, and it is heavy. An amber amulet, which is circular, and with a square bevel inset into it, and on a silver chain, and it's bright. Actually, even just holding it in your hands, it is shedding substantial dim light.
Y'all think this is some kind of magic item?
I mean, it's glowing in Elysium. So, like,
did you say that it was like on a chain, like an amulet?
Mm-hmm.
I will put it on.
You want me to take a look at that? Okay.
I don't feel any different.
It's pleasant to be wearing, but it's surprisingly heavy.
Yeah, it's probably a good idea for you to identify this thing.
All right, let me take a look at that.
All right, take a couple minutes to examine it. I'll just make this available for everyone to look at.
Yeah, I'll
I'm
just share it with
assuming.
everybody. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, hell yeah.
Alright.
Oh, nice.
All right, one of you should wear this. I do not. This will debilitate me, actually.
Why?
I can only shadow step and do that stuff if I'm in darkness,
Oh,
and this puts
right.
bright light within 20 foot of me.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, that's... Oof.
Put it under your shirt and have a glowing chest. Sorry, that's not helpful, but like, that's a cool like motif.
But now
That's
we
a
know
cool
where your
ASMR
home
feature.
is. Oh god, yeah.
Ooh.
Oh.
Scourge ASMR, but it comes from your
Then-
chest.
I would pull out my my sword and activate it and say a little less cool.
But yeah, Felix will pass this off to anyone else who wants it.
Well, who can't see in the dark real well? Because that's...
Me.
I feel like...
But you also have a lightsaber.
You
so.
have a sword that glows. I didn't know if maybe Grimble, are you able to see, or Vexa, Judith? I think you.
Yeah, no, I'm in pretty good shape.
Okay.
Yeah, I can see.
All right.
Yeah, nah, I can see in the dark, and besides, the light from that thing really hurts my eyes, actually.
Right.
Oh.
All right. So we rule out Felix and we rule out Judith. And anybody?
I'm the only person that came in.
I can't believe with all the stuff they had grafted onto you, you couldn't get better eyes? Couldn't get a little LASIK while you're in there?
I gave away one of my eyes, by the way.
Kai has one eye currently.
Oh my god.
Oh.
Easy, we just find some other eyes down here and then we can put them in. Easy.
That's how I got the
No
demon
problem.
armor. I gave my fucking eye away. Which was technically like my magic item, but it was cool like that.
All right, well, I guess it makes sense if Akai has it then.
Yeah. I mean, can you got the reserves to attune to it? It's all yours.
You're wearing demon armor. This thing does not want to be near you.
Right. That's a problem.
He tries to put it around his neck, and the amulet's just hovering over his chest because it won't touch the
It's like
fucking
a
demon
bag.
armor. Right.
The currents in the water keep lifting it up and bashing it into the helmet.
Fucking awesome.
Okay, well, instead of worrying about like being able to see, who feels like they need to be protected from good and evil the most?
Also, raise my hand again.
Well,
Right. I mean,
you're wearing evil. It won't work for you, man.
You answer like you asked the question. Like I answered.
Take off the armor then. I mean,
all right. I mean, I don't.
I'm gonna try to take off the armor.
You can't take the armor off. You can't take
Why
the
don't-
armor off.
Yeah, I'll hold on to it. I'll use it.
Yeah.
That way I can get any of you else up. Because if I die, then I can't bring any of you back.
Yeah, that's a
That's
great
the
idea.
plan.
So, I'll hold on to this. I'll attune to it when I can. For now, I guess we can check. Like Felix said, we can check the other fiddle and blind. We can. Do you think there's a lake here in town? I feel like that's weird since we're already underwater, but like maybe it's one of those like the water just gets even darker things. You know.
That kind of makes sense.
Yeah.
I mean, we're dealing with gods and
Well,
deities and stuff.
look, I think that
Visiting something in a lake. We have to go into a mirror world.
I do think that's a real good idea, but given how difficult it was to explore the regular lake, it seems like checking out the other fiddle and blinds first, right? Because we could probably do that pretty quickly, relatively speaking.
Yeah, I mean, let's check out Fiddle and Blinds. Let's look at maybe the broken prison place. That sounds dangerous, but that seemed like an important location.
If there is a lake here, I would not be surprised if this is the lake that they were actually talking about.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like this is probably where we were swimming, where we were trying to swim to before. So
Yeah, I mean, I think we've just gotta start exploring one place after
Yep.
another. This is probably gonna work like the streets upstairs, where we gotta know where we're going to get there.
Okay. So please repeat where the intention is to go first.
Fiddling blind?
Yeah, I think that's the first place we're headed.
Okay, let's see.
Wait, you know what? I'm gonna Jaruk will wait until most people are heading out the door. Hey, Mink, come here for a second.
Mink walks over.
Okay, look, things are gonna get bad, and I'll rely on you the most. Everybody likes to run off. You're always there, so just hopefully that worked.
What?
Yep.
Hell yeah.
Mink, you have advantage on everything.
Yeah.
You never don't have sneak attack now.
Yep.
And you crit on 15th and above, so like you just.
I think I just descended.
Mink has become a demigod?
This is what happens with 9th level spells, people.
Oh my god. Alright. Mink has no concept of really what just happened, but very excitedly nods, gives a little kitty headbutt.
And similar to how I described that you like the extra sense that Jaruk was experiencing when Clara gifted him foresight as well. Both Jaruk and Mink currently have foresight cast on them. You have just kind of this super sense of what someone is going to say or do before they do it. It's very quick, it's very minute, but it's enough that you could be incredibly lethal with this now.
Oh my fucking god.
Also, everything has disadvantage to hit you, so.
Oh my fucking god.
Yeah.
I was.
Yeah.
You begin wandering towards where you hope Fiddle and Blinds may be. The roads do not really exist. There are just what looks like these sunken, dilapidated structures that do remind you of Elysium. This is Elysium, but inside out and wrong. There is no rain, yet everything is wet. There are things that are milling about in these streets that are not streets, and light currents are guiding you and detritus along the alleys and paths that remain between structures that once were. Fiddle and Blinds was already a destroyed building above world, or above the surface. And in the Undercity, this place is leveled and hollow, just a pit, where peering down you see creatures, forlorn and weary, scrambling to try to claw their way out of this pit. But the building does not exist.
Well, I guess that answers that.
Where would you like to try next?
I gotta do charades, and what about the prison? I was like, I'm gonna try to do a prison charades. No one
put
ever
your-
said prison. So.
You put like your hands up to like mimic bars and like shake.
It looks like he's holding on to 2 oars, maybe a rowboat of some kind. Oh, now he's running. Oh, like a cup again. Oh, bought like the prison. Oh, okay, I understand.
You're heading towards the. That's where you want to go, the prison.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah,
works for me. I mean, Drew, do you want us to take a minute so you can attune to that amulet? I mean, it's not doing you any good elsewise.
No, I think we can press on. I mean, I've still got Clara's magic, and I'd like to keep that going as long as I can.
Understood.
You make your way towards the broken prison, or where you hope it would be, and on your way you pass by what is very clearly an exact copy of the Crooked House, but a spire of black stone has impaled it from the ground, has rent it right in half, and it is split in two and falling apart from its broken seams. You also see a bookshop that immediately reminds Vesca of Sneerian's, with lights on inside, and curiously, when you approach what you assume is the broken prison, you take one moment to see it properly, and you know that this is in fact the prison, because it looks exactly like the one above the surface, but nearly whole. The sundered wall where the boar had fled or had crashed through is in one piece. The stairs remain climbing. The statue of the widow continues to weep, though she does not look so worn as she did before. The walls do not stand as they should, but the violence that is indicated in the prison above does not match that which is below.
Right, look, we all agree we're not going through the arch, right? That
Fuck
arch.
no.
We all agree we're not doing that, right? All right. I'm going to be honest, everybody. I was kind of hoping that we'd get here and this place wouldn't be here, because I do not like this idea. But I think we are in the right place. I think that was a good call. Whoever said that. Akai, that was you. Good call, mate. God, I wish you'd been wrong, but you weren't.
I was not expecting to be right either. I'm definitely. Fuck it. I'm gonna start to walk in now. Let's see. Well,
You enter,
yeah.
and the water around you begins to fade into nothing, drawn towards an absence of being. The light from your blade begins to fade, gathering and pulled around a gigantic beacon of darkness in the near distance.
Can I walk over to that? Oh,
Sure. Anyone following?
Sure.
Yeah.
Why not?
Yeah, I'll head
I
in.
think we should all go.
Okay, is my blade like just not activated no more, or is it just like dimmer?
It's just dimmer. You have enough light to see, but you feel like you are relying more on your blind sense than anything.
Thank God that's a fucking blind sense.
All of you pass through, dripping clothing, dripping from your clothing and hair, but hearing no splash of impact as the drops do not touch the ground. A mirror reflecting entropy, nothingness, and madness into the world stands upright above you. An amber mirror dotted with 13 incomprehensible names. Let me put you on a map.
And that's always reassuring.
Ooh, it's the 13 of my. That's the amount of stories in the book.
Yeah. It's all connected.
Oh,
this is so pretty.
beautiful.
I can't see sis.
I'm working on
it.
Just got flex on with the beauty of this map, man. Oh, there it is. Oh shit. Well, I can't see far, but you know.
Oh, great. We're at the top of the staircase that led to the spot. Yay!
Party time.
Oh shit, I can't see. What the fuck is that?
It's the mirror, baby.
It's the monolith from 2001. We're gonna see a giant space baby floating through the black in any moment.
Oh God.
Oh man.
All right, there's a mirror. Anybody remember what we're supposed to do with that mirror?
I'm sorry. Can I get a quick recap? My Discord died again.
Oh,
this is
God.
so annoying. I am so sorry.
What did you miss? Or sorry.
Literally everything. We walked in was the last thing I heard.
There is this black mirror floating above you with 13 incomprehensible celestial names glowing in its framework. There is no reflection that you see currently. And I say above you, like this is an approachable object since you are technically, while I put you on a map and all, you are in a space where there is nothing. You can approach it.
I'm gonna approach it.
Oh God. Okay. There is something.
That's always what you want to hear from the GM.
In the mirror. It is pitch black and vast, like the darkness of a night sky that has had its stars stolen from it. To look directly at it is to invite the realization of your own powerlessness against whatever mad whimsy it may pursue, unheeding of your presence. Cold, dark, unfeeling apathy towards you and everyone who has come before you. The mirror is holding all of this.
So do we need to break this mirror?
Can't remember. I have the notes from Ace's perspective, but I don't think I want that one.
Yeah, I mean, I thought we had to destroy this so that we could destroy Groblets. Am I remembering that correctly?
I believe so.
No.
Yeah, that was. I think that was Ace's.
I think that's the opposite.
Yeah.
I think that
I have
really
this written down somewhere.
Can you imagine? Is this what we do? Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Roblet.
Right?
No, see, here we go.
Right?
Roblet wanted.
We'll get him next time.
Is there a part of this mirror that's missing?
Yes. Well, there is like a single fracture in this glass.
Okay, tremendous.
So they sealed the gods sealed something in the mirror, and it wants to be free. They sealed away part of the world, and in order to keep it there, everyone made the vows except Groblets. And also holds everything within as well. My notes are very scattered, and so I have a sentence like, "Heart yearns for freedom, wicked thing," which means nothing to me now, but certainly meant something at the time that I wrote it down.
This is the heart.
Yeah, the heart.
Yeah.
Spider did not make a vow, and prison that holds the heart of the city holds everything within it as well. The thing we sealed in the mirror, which is in caps. So that's a thing.
Am I like right in front of the mirror?
Yes.
Can I touch the mirror? Like,
Yeah. You touching the mirror?
Yeah, we'll touch the mirror.
All right.
Hi,
You
Kai.
approach the mirror, and you see the horror of the monster that you have become. You've seen that there was an object of light that has rejected you. You've seen that you are made of the desecrated corpse of things that were once holy, that you bear wickedness as your own protection, and you touch the glass, and you are gone. You are, quote, irrevocably annihilated.
Oh my fucking! I love
You
this.
did not.
All right,
This one-
thanks for coming. We'll see you tomorrow.
I didn't even get it. I didn't even get 5 gold for this. I hate this.
Oh my god.
You got to touch things. The demon armor
That's
was
so
pretty
true.
cool.
Oh my god.
To be fair, I thought my character was dead hours ago.
Yeah, we had already talked about, we were fairly certain Akai was going to drown in the lake and die.
Oh.
I was pretty cool all the way up to the end.
Decked out. Oh my god.
I have an idea, but Vesca isn't smart enough for this, goddammit.
All right, so the answer is not touch the mirror. No, don't do that. Anybody? Back up, everybody. Let's all take a couple big old swims back a little bit, just a little bit.
Where
Yeah,
did they
this
go?
this stakes. Grimble is wondering to himself and would like to make whatever check is necessary to figure out, touching something and completely disappearing, I wonder if he just ended up at my parents' place. Is this what I need to do to get back home?
No. We just have two people get murked.
Oh my god. I just like to believe.
Grimble?
Can I make any sort of check to determine whether or not that's the case?
Like, did he blink out of existence? Did he
Right.
get dusted? Like,
Right. Like, did he disappear in the way that I disappeared? Or did he disappear as in there's no more Akai? That's what... And I don't know if that's something I'd be able to determine, but that's what I'm trying to consider right
I
now.
get like,
I don't
I get
think
like
you would be
Tony
able to-
Stark.
I don't think you would be able to determine with a check, but detect magic would be something you could do.
Okay. Yeah, give me a few minutes here, everybody. Let me see what's going on.
All right. You are nearly blinded by the necrotic energy that is being drawn into this mirror
Yeah,
and
ow,
holding it.
ow. Okay, maybe we should discuss it like further back a little bit, like over in this direction, because that like super necrotic magic, it make my eyes hurt. It's so bad.
I should have said this earlier, but when Akai touched the mirror, the hour strikes again.
God damn it.
Oh
God
no.
All right.
fucking-
Okay.
Right.
That's,
We can
that's
still hear that under the water. That's really weird. Don't like that at all.
Someone's better underwater.
Okay.
Did
Does
anything happen to
anyone
the
remember
mirror?
what it is that we actually need to be doing here?
Yeah.
Celestial form. Mayor wants to be free. Oh no. What is so you can't read any of those symbols around the top, Felix?
No, I mean I don't know. I mean I can't speak. I can't read other languages. I know common and deep speech and primordial.
What?
Just knows those languages,
I
by the way.
studied weird shit when I was a kid.
Well,
Undergrad and college.
look, I got I bring this up because maybe somebody's got a better idea here. I can, if we take another 10 minutes, like I do know a spell that could make me understand the language, which is the good news. But the bad news is that in order for it to work on written languages, I got to be touching the surface.
Okay,
that
no,
it's written on.
that seems like a bad idea. Don't do
Yeah,
that.
no, yeah, that's what I thought too.
I'm gonna do a thing real quick. Charuk will pull out the fetching mirror, and I would like to use its moment of madness feature.
Okay.
Holder of the mirror can learn something about the history of a specific object by taking an action to gaze into the mirror, presumably the handheld one, and think of the target.
Okay.
Oh.
I know that
And-
this mirror that I am holding is probably been crafted is crafted from probably this mirror, this big one in front of us, but I don't want to get close enough to see if it fits somewhere.
Okay, so you are specifically looking to see if this mirror is from. Sorry, if the fetching mirror is part
from this.
of.
Yes.
Yes. Moments of madness. Gotta read the thing. Do 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 do. You get a madness level for doing this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gonna have to deal with
this-
that.
Yeah, we'll worry about that in just a moment. This mirror, the fetching mirror, you see a girl, a young dark-haired girl, who looks like she lived so long ago. You see that she has displayed an untapped and powerful and untrained amount of psionic ability. And one day or one night, there is a fearful, hateful darkness that attempts to touch her mind in her sleep. And in her desperate attempt to fight back, there is an eruption. And later, you see that this same girl, still living but now much older, and the world outside her is so different. You see what is now your home around her, Elysium, as she is crafting this small mirror, attempting to mimic something that she has seen, something greater, something that is powerful, something that is, in fact, a prison on its own. A fetching mirror is not a part of the heart's prison, but it was meant to aid against it in the small amount that a mortal was capable of making such an object. She has made this, and now you have it.
All right, well, I guess the good news is I don't have to get close to that mirror. The little one isn't from the big one.
So, was it? Didn't Mink's blade have something to do with what we had to do down here?
Was it Mink's or Judith's? Because didn't Judith find the sword?
I think it was
Yeah.
Minx.
Yeah, but I think
the bad one.
Right, I think we initially thought it was Judith's, but it turned out it was Mink's.
Oh, okay.
Maybe Minx got it?
Yeah, because we had to
that's
draw
the
Mink's
bad
sword from the stone or whatever.
I think Minx should have it.
I don't think I don't until we are completely sure. I don't think anyone should go near that thing.
I mean, I was pretty sure we were supposed to break a mirror, but
I mean, I could smack it with my fancy
Oh my
magic
God.
sword
I feel
thing.
like
Are they
we're
gonna
not
do
supposed to
it?
break this one because something is locked away in there, and if it's you can see the mirror is already shattering. I think that's what Groblitz is waiting for. Groblitz is.
But didn't
what
we
do
have...
we even do down here? Shouldn't we just go kill Groblitz? Like,
Groblitz is already locked away in there. And he's
Right.
trying to come down here and he's trying to break this mirror, and we're all gonna die if he does. It's not good, everybody.
But what if we do it?
It's not good. Well, no, because if we do it, we're just gonna let loose the thing that Groblitz wants to let loose.
All right, so okay, so it sounds like we got to figure out how to repair that crack in the mirror.
Or kill the thing in the mirror.
Yeah, I don't think we can do either one of those things.
I mean, if the clock keeps on chiming, either way, we're fucked.
Yeah,
So
we
need
still.
we need to take action of some kind.
Yeah, we gotta figure it out. We can do it. I believe in us.
I mean,
It's just.
sword I got, it's very, I don't know how you would say, radiant? I could try poking the mirror with it and see what happens.
I don't think that's a good idea, Judith. I don't want
mean,
shooting
do you have
dust
any
away
other-
like a car.
Can anyone cast Mage Hand?
I have mage hand. I can.
Whoa.
Touch it with mage hands?
Be
Pick
super
up
careful, okay?
Pick up the sword with Mage Hand and poke it with the sword?
I mean, I could do that. Do we want to just touch it?
Well,
Or do you wanna
wait. I mean,
poke it?
hold on. We got the piece called the fetching mirror from the auction house, right?
Yeah. We did.
I can't tell if that was a cry or like a
Well,
laughter.
Right. And didn't we acquire that to help with whatever it is that we're supposed to do down here that we can't remember?
I think so.
Yeah, I think so too. I mean, like, here's what I do remember. We got the fetching mirror, right? That's got something to do with what we've got to do down here. Mink, your blade has something to do with what we've got to do down here, right? And, we know that we don't want to we think we know that we don't want to let whatever's in there out because we think that's what Groblet wants.
Right. Exactly.
I have a better idea. we can all move away from the mirror. But I have Albert poke the mirror with the sword.
Sacrificing Albert to the mirror?
I can bring him back. Surely. I hope.
Kalima.
Maybe.
Kalima.
That's actually the best idea.
Well,
Wait, I'm dead.
Sometimes
you're
I
not
can
just
still hear
dead,
her
you are
voice.
vaporized. Like, I can't even use my sword to bring you back.
Thanks for the reminder.
You're welcome. You know what? I think that's our best chance.
Wait. I
You're
think-
summoning Albert?
Albert is coming here whether he wants to or not.
Okay. All right. You summon Albert.
Wait.
And what are you making Albert do?
We don't want to break the mirror. We got it.
But what if we
Oh,
just
man, what
poke
was
it with the
so
sword?
sad?
Because it's the radiant sword, right?
What? Yeah. I think we're trying
I mean,
to
Albert
mend
could use
the
the
mirror,
hilt
right?
of it. Would mending work on it?
Maybe, but I think mending requires touching, and I think we've pretty much established that's a big no-no.
Yeah.
True.
You sure?
Okay. Let's go over everything we got about it. We got the Tales of Modern Filigree. We're just going to start from the top before one of us gets dusted away.
Well, that's what Albert's for.
Yeah, but
Literally what he's here for.
before another one of us gets dusted away.
Yeah.
Are you sending Albert? What are you doing with Albert?
No one else is saying like any other plan. I think that's our best.
Are you handing him Lifebringer?
God, I feel like that would just vaporize Albert.
I'd be worried about
Yes, I gingerly hand Albert the sword.
Okay.
Though I think the visual of me just like poking it in him like a toothpick's more amusing.
He grabs the hilt and with his floppy arms just drags it across the ground. Do you send him to go touch the mirror with the sword?
Bedroom move slowly.
Whatever happens, it's on Albert, not me.
I'm scared that Albert's gonna poof away and the
hold on.
sword's with it.
Oh, I will cry if the sword vanishes.
I feel like whatever touches that mirror is getting sucked into whatever prison the gods created. I just...
Well, let's find out.
I know, it's just... But...
I send
Wait, hold
Albert
on.
to touch... No.
Hold on. We have the...
Albert's like holding the sword like 6 inches away from the mirror.
The Ember Convention.
Why not?
We have the gods.
Look, from what I can remember, after we left the prison and we were talking to the Cheshire Cat or whatever,
Chiddix.
Yeah, they told us that there's a thing inside this mirror, and the thing inside that mirror needs to be destroyed.
But I mean, the gods couldn't destroy it. That's why they locked it away. That's
right.
My fear.
I'm just that was the words of the cat. He said the thing inside the mirror must be destroyed. If we destroy this mirror, Groblitz will use the disruption of the mirror to try to escape his prison. And if Groblitz leaves Elysium, Elysium will collapse in on itself.
Yeah.
So we...
Don't
I think
want this mirror.
our plan at the time was for us to kill Groblitz before we came down here, but we forgot to do that.
No, I think the plan was the other way around. To kill the thing in here so that it would be easy to kill Groblitz.
Yeah. Plus,
But we can't get to the thing inside that mirror without breaking the mirror, and we can't do that without giving Groblitz a chance to flee. And if Groblitz flees, Elysium implodes.
What kind of magic was the mirror emitting?
Necromancy.
Why not stab it with a radiant sword then?
If that doesn't work and we break the mirror, then we let loose this thing and we all die. Like, not just us here, but like everyone in Elysium. And maybe whatever's outside Elysium when they go rampaging across whatever. There's
Well,
gotta
I'm not
be.
hearing any better ideas.
I'm trying to think, but I know I feel like we need to fix the mirror. Like, there's a crack in it. We can all see that, right? Like, there's a crack right there.
Yeah.
There is a crack on the mirror surface, right?
Yes.
Okay.
I mean, repairing the mirror will only do it. That's kind of just like kitty band-aid over a wound.
Yeah, kitty band-aids over the wounds work real well. And he'll point to several all over himself.
For the time being. Wasn't the entire problem we're in now, and Elysium's in now, is because
It's because Groblitz didn't
yeah.
make his own vow.
Oh my god.
The thing
because of
within
that,
the mirror
even
created this whole plane as a prison for all the gods. And Groblitz did not get imprisoned.
Say, Sage Rook.
Yeah.
You seem to have a real good relationship with that god cat Chaddix. You think maybe you could send it a message?
I don't. I mean, I don't have anything special to do that I know, but I could try.
Oh, I thought because like you talked to me in my dream, I thought maybe you might have some other ways to talk to people.
Oh, I mean, I could do that, but it'd take a little while, and I honestly don't know if it would work. Given what Chedix is and everything that's going on. But I mean, I could try it. It would take we'd have to rest for like an hour, and I mean, we never did figure out what that thing in Celia's desk was, did we?
The clock chimes again.
Oh God!
Damn it! So we gotta deal with this now. Albert.
11, guys. We're at 11.
That means we got 2 left. We don't have to be desperate until 12.
You sending Albert? Sending Albert?
Yeah, that would have been
sword?
on me. You're right.
Speak now or forever hold me a peace.
I still think it's a bad idea. I just can't
I do too.
figure out what we need to do.
Well, that's why we're trying this.
Yeah, but trying this could let that thing out, and then we can't try anything else ever again because we're all dead.
Well,
It's
would
not
you
our
rather
problem
stay
anymore.
here and die anyway?
To be fair, it's pretty fun to observe.
Yeah, because you don't have to deal with the stresses of this.
Be gone, ghost bird.
We never found anything. We didn't check any of the other. Did we check any of the other places? This was the only one with something. Like, there were all the messages in the other prison. Did we check here?
I
We
don't know.
didn't
I
check
mean,
here,
this
did we?
just kind of seems like the most important thing.
It is, but like, there's the writing, and we haven't figured out the writing.
I think we need to go into the mirror. I know that didn't work out for a Kai, but maybe it'll work out for someone who's not a Kai.
Oh,
no.
I don't think that's a good idea, Felix. I don't think the mirror cares. I mean, it's holding a thing that wants to destroy everything. That's what I keep coming back to.
The thing in the mirror doesn't want to destroy everything. The thing in the mirror wanted to imprison all the gods.
Is this just one big giant family dispute?
We are in
a little
the
bit,
prison.
yes.
This mirror is not the prison. We are in the prison.
But God's imprisoned the thing in the mirror. In the mirror.
The gods didn't imprison the thing in the mirror. The thing in the mirror imprisoned the gods, and then the gods made an oath or something like that.
The gods sealed part of the world in the mirror. That's one of the few notes I have. God sealed part of the world in the mirror. In order to keep it there, each made vows, except for Groblets. The prison holds the heart of the city, holds everything within it as well, which is where we are, I guess. The heart yearns for freedom, is a wicked thing. Groblets wishes to return to celestial form, and the thing we sealed in the mirror also wants to be free. That was from Chedix's point of view, so, whatever's sealed in here is, I guess, what he was talking about.
Mm-hmm.
Or maybe I am just making everything worse, but maybe I'm understanding this all backwards.
I have a vivid memory of Chaddick saying that the thing in the mirror needs to be destroyed. Above the table, I just went back and re-listened to that bit of the episode where we got out of the prison, and I still don't know for sure what we need to do, but we said, Chaddick said, the thing in the mirror needs to be destroyed, and then Chaddick said, if we break the mirror, Groblets will use that moment to try to escape, and if Groblets escapes, Elysium collapses in on itself. And we said, okay, so we need to kill Groblets and then kill the thing in the mirror. But here we are, we haven't killed Groblets. If we break the mirror, Groblets destroys Elysium. I think we need to go in the mirror.
So, our options are I go and touch the mirror, or we have Albert stab it.
Okay.
Pick your poison. I will be the test subject.
Yeah, I'm fine with that.
What?
Shut up, you.
Okay.
Okay.
I just...
Okay, Judith, what are you doing?
You know what? Albert's gonna hold on to the sword. He's not coming with me, because if I get vaporized, I want the sword to stay here.
Okay.
We're gonna see what happens.
This mirror has been crafted from
Wait, before you go.
mirror, which traps the heart of the city.
If you do go in the mirror to an outside observer, it's just going to look like you got dusted. 'Cause that's what happened with third person. So.
True.
I don't. Okay.
Let me take 10
Say my
minutes.
name. It's like people said my name before. It's just
Okay. Okay. All right. Okay. Okay.
The greater mirror, which
Can't
traps
extend
the
to other planes of existence.
Oh.
Okay, Judith, are you approaching the mirror?
Yes.
As you
I got it.
approach the mirror, you see a reflection of yourself that is starving and cold, and you feel that homesickness for that swamp that is everything to you. You hear the voice of your dragon speaking to you. You feel like you are lacking. That you, despite all that you have accomplished on your own, have built to protect yourself, to finally pry yourself from this hell, it was never going to be enough. You were never going to find an escape from this place. No matter how long you tried, no matter how many people you tried to please, you will never have gotten out of here. What do you do?
Jesus.
Judith is gonna turn around, take a moment, look everyone in the face, and solemnly go, if I get vaporized, Albert here is gonna die, and you'll know not to do this. If he stays alive, and I still can't make it back, he has the sword.
Judith, you walk backwards until you feel the cold glass of the mirror behind you. And then you are nothing. And Albert's body crumples, and the sword clatters to the ground.
God damn it, Judith.
Welcome to the other side. We have snacks.
7-Eleven feast.
And
That's it. Judith was a friend. This mirror needs to die.
No.
the hour strikes again.
Nope, this mirror needs to die. Nope. Vex is going to pick up the sword.
Castle Slider.
There is something that is descending on you from above. Spectral legs weave a gossamer thread of ethereal silk. Many faces smiling and screaming together as a flickering purple spider manifests on the top of the mirror. My little blue bottles. I see you have not fully come to understand the truth of this place or this thing. And that should be your ruin. And we are going to call session. And hopefully you'll have some time to think about what you would like to do for next week.
Well, Veska just watched her friend